That's fine. You may breathe now. Why this?
We're gonna take some room temp. This would be a great time to whistle.
Let me pop all my bones.
Oh, speaking of which.
Oh.
It's that time, people.
Oh.
Roll them if you got them.
I hope.
That would be a great shirt.
How many 20s did you roll?
Just one.
I don't remember either. Did you decide Ray or Ray?
I feel like it's not that hard.
How hungry are you right now?
You just had Burger King, so
Reistrom. It's Reistrom.
Reistrom.
It's canon.
Ver.
Okay.
Reistrom.
It's canon. It's recorded.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna say it wrong at some point. I can almost guarantee that.
Your own name. I like this music.
I tried to give y'all something that was like
Happy.
not happy, but like this
Triumphant.
This is gonna be triumphant.
We can do it.
That's it.
And just wait for the change. Like, where's my suicide pill?
I was thinking about that yesterday as I decided to not clean my dining room table before you guys came over. I miss questing at the dining room table.
We can do one. Field trip.
I don't want all this. I don't want all this in the living room.
You can get some blackout curtains, just line the table.
We could take a picture and do a virtual background.
Oh god.
Each person. And then we'll zoom it, we'll do it from there. Nope.
No.
Wait, what?
No.
School's starting.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Fun times.
That's with excitement. You can't see our faces, but we're all smiling.
I am a happy camper.
Do not lie to
Shih Tzu smile.
Do not lie to the audience.
We went to PetSmart yesterday because we had a gift card from Joe's mom, and that was everybody had masks on, obviously. But this guy walks by with like this bully little bulldog, roly-poly, squash-faced, brown in a t-shirt.
There
Like,
were so
not
many
a
adjectives.
t-shirt.
I am so here for it.
Not like a t-shirt, like Michael's t-shirt. He was
Sun's
wearing
out, guns out.
yes.
A tank, you said.
A tank, thank you. And the dog was also a tank. And like I just watched Joe, because it was like in the aisle and Joe had already left where I was, and like his face lit up. I was like, what is it?
Are we in a bulldog?
It was a roly-poly little bulldog with this big smile and squished face. And so our next dog.
They're
we
so
eventually
cute.
add to the pack.
But man, cleaning their
can't
faces.
The
Cleaning
folds,
their
yeah.
faces
The
is so
wrinkles.
hard.
And they can't breathe.
But somebody's got to do it.
You know what? We can do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hopefully the intro works.
Oh my gosh. Y'all couldn't be here for that, but we had the best audio commentary of our intro video from Josh Hovda. So,
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
That made my week.
oh my gosh, we've got to set up the mic so that we can hear
Next week.
Next week. Tune in so you can get the play-by-play, the blow-by-blow. Well, welcome to Night School RPG. My name is Michael Vasquez, and I am your game master here on our channel. Thank you for tuning in, and before we even get started, make sure that you follow us by clicking all the things you need to, the buttons that will give you notification of when our episodes come out. But you're here already, so we're going to go ahead and introduce our cast and then get started for today's session. Starting on my left, your left too, because of the camera, we have Elizabeth Vick. Elizabeth Vick playing our barbarian Countess Imrish. We have Joshua Hovda sitting in the center of the table. Joshua takes a square. Who is now, if you tuned in last week, sadly his character passed away, is passing away, may have passed away. So joining our new character, who we've agreed, because last session was a little interesting going back and forth with pronunciation. Would you please tell us who your character's name is?
Sunshine.
Reistrom. Reistrom Arlen Brigadoon.
With his Steel Defender...
Ver.
All right, yeah. I'm writing it down because
I wrote it down.
It's canon.
And I can say I will pronounce it wrong at some point.
So playing our artificer, which I'm excited. That was a really, really cool character class that I've never actually got to.
It's so new, right?
Yeah.
It's not new at all, actually. It's been out for a long time. But we've never played with an artificer, and I'm like jealous.
I am too.
Yeah, he can do all of everything.
You did everything.
Everything.
So tone it down a little bit. But finishing off with our roster, we have Kat Flores, who is still our resident rogue, doing all the damage.
There was a lot of damage last week.
There was. Kimura was on point.
I should wear just like a white t-shirt and just tally how much damage.
Yes.
All the deaths.
Just keep it behind you.
That, yeah.
Love Q's. Q's kill quota.
Q's.
Ooh, nice. I wrote it. I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
Just a little D6 stickers.
So before we get started, do we have any announcements? Anything that's happening?
Just be sure to follow us on all of our social media. Instagram, we've been posting quite a bit more. YouTube, these episodes drop every Friday at noon. Twitter, and
MySpace?
No. Live journal.
Gotta find a password for that. One thing that we did start putting up, I cannot tell you how many times I watched it, was if you were with us watching from the very first couple episodes before we got to our Twitch stream, we would always have, before the session started, clips of humorous little moments that happened or things we wouldn't even broadcast in an actual game that were just ridiculously hilarious. A lot of them came from Joshua Hovda.
Yeah.
And we started adding, there's going to be clips of each episode that'll be kind of our comical highlights that will be on our Instagram account only. So make sure you follow us on Instagram at Night School RPG. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
How are y'all feeling today? I know school's coming back tomorrow.
Nervous.
Excited.
Never split the party.
Never split
Never
the
split
party.
the party, but we're forced into different rooms.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's a metaphor.
It is. It's
super-
all a
It's all a
metaphor.
metaphor.
We are socially distancing.
We are.
In game, we split the party. So, speaking of, let's jump back into our session, where last time our group made their way from the Zaget looking for a cure to depetrify their friend Dr. Malkoa. On their way, they ran into Reistrom Brigadoon and his Steel Defender Ver, who were making their pilgrimage south of the wall to take some money to a familiar friend, Marietta, who is still waiting for their payment or is waiting to pay back Dakar, which I just thought about that. He might not ever get paid.
He may not. She might have just made
That was the best
made off with
deal
it
of
with
life.
deal of century.
Still, yeah. Still. But no, you made your way following the northern part of the wall and heading towards Salam Kadun, the monastery that has an archive that would probably lead you in the right direction for a cure if there is one. However, you made your journey and stumbled across the now vacant guardhouse. You found that the southern portion of the entrance to the guardhouse had been demolished and caved in, and it was overrun with undead that have now swarmed the local area and are pouring out of the side of the Salam Kadun monastery, where there is a hidden entrance behind a fountain, where your newfound dragonborn companion Sakara led you down in order to find these archives. When you got down there, you found that there was a mysteriously large and dominating creature who didn't dominate at all because y'all whooped his ass. Who was staring into this rather ornate elven mirror and speaking for his companion Drac. You ended up thwarting whatever plans he had and stumbling across this mysterious tree that was growing out of the stone ground and branching out into the sarcophagus of the local monks who were buried there. Upon further investigation into the mirror, you found that this is actually a portal that, try as you might, pulled you in and separated you into various different rooms. Now scattered and left alone in your own locations, you are free to move about. However, remember, each room itself, it is populated with various items. However, the expanse and the exterior drifts off into a deep darkness that seems to lead to nowhere. Some of the rooms do have gateways, these green portals that are inscribed with writing around the portal itself. But for you, Kelnis, you are unable to read any of them. At this point, we're going to start off with Q. You find yourself in that freestanding library with those 4 bookshelves and that metallic pillar in front of you that has the 2 handles. Everything is empty. However, you look around and there are 3 gateways. Those gateways from left to right are Darely the Devious, the Fountain Room, and Drac the Guilty. What would you like to do?
First, I'm gonna look around to see if anybody came with me or if anybody is around me. If I see anybody.
You call and search, and minutes go by and there's no response. And as you look, you realize your weasel friend companion is also not with you, as Felix has been separated from you as well.
So immediately, Q is going to turn pale white, sweating, shaking, and is gonna go up to the pillar that has you said the pillar that had the handles, and see what that's all about.
So imagine it's almost like a lectern.
Okay.
That you're walking up to. There are 2 on the side that are made of wood that are empty, but it's clearly like you would have in a library a place to set a tome. But the one in the middle is just metal, and it has 2. You can tell that it's gripped for hands. It's almost like handlebars.
Okay. Q is going to look at, I guess, the bookshelf closest to her, and she's going to try to collect herself and realize that this was the point that they wanted to come here. They wanted to find the books, so she's going to try to find something that would help Takar.
So as you approach, you notice that the books themselves, they have this ethereal, light, bluish green tint to them. And as you reach in to grab one of the books to pull to see what the contents are, your hand actually goes through the book itself and you pull back with nothing.
Damn.
Awarded.
I try with my other hand.
Yeah. You try as hard as you might, but your hands don't seem to bother it. As you move through, the image itself kind of dissipates and then reforms.
Okay. I'm going to look on the sides of the bookshelves or anywhere on the walls or the floors to look for any kind of writing that would I don't know.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, 9.
9?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that seems intentional. Every now and then there might be grooves or things that look like they're cut out in the wood, but they don't seem to form a character or anything that would give you a sign that it was indicating anything.
Okay. Then can I read what the books are? Like on the spines?
There is no writing on the spines. The tomes themselves vary in shape and thickness and height. So you can tell it's not like they're all in the Encyclopedia Britannica of whatever this is. They are unique tomes.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's no way to actually grab them.
Okay. I am... I'm gonna go back to... Is there a mirror here? Like where... So, like when we step through the mirror,
there is no mirror, only those 3 green portals.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the one that says the fountain room. Slowly. And, I don't know, get a closer look. I don't know if I see anything.
Looking through the portal itself, you cannot, it's not transparent where you can see through it into another room.
Mm-hmm.
It is just a green mass of swirling energy that sits within this circular stone framework.
Okay.
And it's not, to give you a little more perspective, it's not that this is a doorway into a wall.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk around the pillar itself, or around the portal.
Okay.
But when you go behind it, all the expanse drifts into pure darkness.
Okay. I don't want to do that. I am going to spend some time, because Q is freaking out, trying to calm herself down, just walking up and down the aisles of the bookshelves. Like walking, kind of pacing back and forth in front of the books.
Okay. So there's, this isn't your map by the way, but let's say you're in the center. There's 4
Okay.
single standing bookshelves that extend all the way up into the darkness up above.
Okay.
So it's not a whole bunch of aisles, but
Okay.
you could look at them. All of them are the same.
Okay.
Those translucent books.
Well, she's going to be doing that for a while, just kind of like walking in circles.
All right. As you peruse Walden books,
Mhm. Yes.
you find the
Where are the
manga
CDs at?
in a different form of existence, in a different place. Reistrom, you actually find yourself in that empty void room, and the only piece of material that's there is in the very center, and it is that standing stone pillar that has the pinkish hued spherical structure on top of it, and you do hear that gentle hum of sound that is built up around it. You do have 4 portals yourself, and you still have, because you cast Comprehend Languages in the previous one, it should be still active. You see that the 4 portals read the Fountain Room, Darily, the Devious, Raziel, Astaroth, and the Divine Sanctuary.
What was the third one you said? Sorry.
The third one?
Mm-hmm.
So you have Darily, Raziel, the Divine Sanctuary, and the last one's the Fountain Room.
I'm going to get close to that orb in the middle of the room and see if anything changes about it.
As you approach the orb itself, there's no effect on your body. You can see that the orb is not it's a solid structure, but it actually has a lid, almost like a serving tray, that slides to uncover the orb.
Ooh. So I'm gonna take a couple of coins out of my pockets, a couple copper coins, and I'm gonna take one and do some magic tinkering with it to make it say Fountain Room. I'm gonna place it in front of that portal. And I'll do the same thing with the Divine Sanctuary. Like placing the coin in front of it so that verbiage is on it.
So you're going to use 2 infusions to magical tinkering?
Yes.
Okay. Good. So you have 1 coin that is placed at Fountain Room and the other one that's placed at
Divine Sanctuary. And I'm gonna go ahead and just open up that little latch on the orb and see what happens.
As you slide it back, there is this pink mist that kind of scoops up over it and begins to like fill and billow off of the stone and fall to the floor, and almost like an incense that you would see at a temple. And it begins to coat the floor itself. And then underneath the fumes itself, you notice there is a small puddle of liquid that just sits.
Like just in one spot or the entire room?
Just in that.
Just in one spot.
So it's a bowl. The mist came out and you've uncovered it.
Oh, inside the orb is the liquid. Okay.
Yeah, remember, it's not a solid orb.
I gotcha.
That's not one.
Do I?
Too happy. You found the gold.
I was like, I wonder if I have an empty anything. I'm gonna take the end of my spear and sort of put it in the liquid to see if anything happens to it.
You lift up and put the end, the spirit itself goes in, and there's a subtle displacement of movement within the liquid, and then it comes to a standstill.
I'll take the spear out and check the end for any kind of discoloration or...
It's wet.
I would like to take my water skin then and drink whatever I have left in it and then put it inside this liquid and fill it up with whatever the liquid is.
Okay. So you drink and enjoy the remainder of your refreshing water, and
The
then
last of the water.
you are able to get the full contents of this. And it's you cork it. You have the contents of a pink liquid.
Okay. I'm going to then... Like, am I saying the same thing Q is? Like, if I stare off, it's just darkness. I'll double check, make sure the coins I've placed are like very legible to anybody else that comes across here. And I'm going to walk through the Divine Sanctuary portal.
So whenever you magically tinker, do you just inscribe writing on them, or you have it speaking where it's saying what it is?
It can do that, but I'm doing it's a static visual effect that's up to 25 words of line, text, shape, etc., etc.
Got it.
So yeah, I'll do that like that for those, and then I'm gonna walk through the Divine.
The writing itself is very small, but it's legible.
I'm gonna go through the portal.
Which portal?
The Divine Sanctuary one.
Okay. Countess, you find yourself in a completely different room.
Great start.
Okay.
Nervous?
Breathe, girl, breathe.
Hi.
Yeah, you find yourself in a completely different room with a singular stone anvil that has 3 rays of light piercing from various directions. You look up to see where the lights are coming from, and there's no ceiling or opening, just a blinding white light. They kind of converge and hit into an almost off-center point of the flat surface of the anvil. Next to it, there are 2 troughs that are both filled with this green luminescent powder. You have 4 portals. However, you do not understand the writing that's on them. But there are 4 various portals that you could walk through.
Okay, I want to go towards that anvil, and I kind of want to just check it out, all angles, all sides, see if there's any indentations, or if those 3 converging beams of light, they hit off center, but are they highlighting anything?
They actually when they hit off center, there is a small little groove, maybe the size A little bit smaller than your fist would be. But that's all they do. The anvil itself is just flat stone.
I'm going to I'm gonna take just my regular dagger and I'm gonna stick the handle of it in the groove and see if anything happens.
So the groove's not very deep, so it would just hit and clink, and it's maybe a few millimeters down. Nothing seems to happen. However, the light itself hits the blade, and you can see the blade itself begin to glow a very strong white color.
And then as I take it out, is it still glowing?
For a few moments it is, and then it dissipates away and returns back to normal.
Okay. I want to... I want to take that same dagger and I want to move to one of the troughs and just kind of trail the tip of the dagger in the green powder and see if anything happens.
As you drag the dagger across one of the troughs itself, the green powder, it seems to have some kind of stickiness to it that adheres to the blade itself, and when you pick it up, one side of the blade is coated in this green material.
I'm going to do it to the other trough and see if the same thing happens and use the other edge of the blade, the other side of the dagger.
So you go to the other trough, flip the blade over and drag.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happens as the powder, and now you have a fully coated dagger.
I'm going to take out my my dagger from the Days of Cain, and I'm not going to stick it in the white light, and I'm going to drag along that same trough I'm at. I'm going to drag one side in that green powder to see if it sticks also.
Same thing.
Okay. I'm going to smell it.
No,
I can't hear it.
No,
That's step three. That's step three.
I'll give you a choice. You can either roll an Arcana, or you can roll a Nature check.
I'll roll a nature check. 10.
You're not quite sure what this is. It doesn't give off an odor, but it does have the same mysterious kind of coloration that the retinal rock would have. So you know it's not so much a hard stone as it probably is a gem that has been refined.
I am going to set that down on the ground as well. And I'm going to push on the anvil and see if I can move it a little bit.
It's not budging. It is built. You can see that looking at the ground itself, it's not a piece of stone on the ground. It is the ground that is shaped up.
I'm going to take my third finger on my left hand.
I'm strategic. I love it.
And
Come on, scientific method.
and I'm going to run it through the dust, the powder, in one of the troughs and see what happens. Just the tip. Just the tip.
We're a family show.
The tip of the finger.
Are you trying to arouse the dust?
No, that's you.
So you drag your finger and the claw kind of hits through and the dust just falls off. It does not adhere to your flesh.
And nothing happened when I stuck my hand through the light of the anvil. Okay, I'm gonna run that same finger over my Days of Pain blade where the powder is.
The powder is adhered to your Days of Cain blade. It does not come off.
I'm gonna go look at the portals. I don't recognize any writing. I'm not feeling good about being by myself. I'm gonna step through the second to the left.
Right.
One
So
or two.
I need you to roll me a d4. As you have no orientation of north, south, east, or west, so it's gonna be a random portal that you'll go through.
Mm-hmm. 3.
Q. You bravely step into your portal, and there's a quick opening into a new room that looks very similar. However, there is a large stone desk that has grown out of the floor. On it sits one opened tome, and there are vials and beakers and bubbling that just permeates the room as you see large vats of various colored liquid encircling the desk. There are 2 other portals that open up. And as you approach and look around, you see the metallic head of her just start moving as it's slowly wheeling about with its arms extended and a small white weasel running away from it as it's just chasing it around the desk itself.
Q breaks down in tears.
You are reunited with your weasel friend.
Okay. Just kind of sits for a little bit with Felix, like sobbing and hyperventilating.
He runs quickly to get away from Vers and jumps on your arm, curls in, you can feel his heart beating, and he is just nuzzled into your neck.
And I'm gonna say, Ver, what is this place? Even though I know he doesn't talk back. Oh, but I mean, he does apparently does talk, but doesn't talk.
There's no response to you, no even awareness of turning to see that you're talking. It just continues to move as it surveys the room on its own and just travels.
Okay, so I'm gonna say after a few minutes, Q gets up and is going to examine the book that's open. You said there's an open book?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna see what book is open and what it says.
This is not written in Elvish.
Okay.
What languages do you know?
Common, Elvish, Orc, and Thieves' Cant.
You are unaware to read what this material is. However, you can tell by the diagrams there are blotches of various colors and quantities, and it flows in a way that kind of matches the colors from around the room.
Okay. I want to spend some time looking at the diagram, seeing if I can match some of the vials to the picture descriptions.
Go ahead and roll me, just do an intelligence check.
Okay. Just basic straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
Ooh, 19.
19?
Mm-hmm.
There are picture images around these pages that kind of fit the border, guys. That fit the border, and there are 3 that stick out most. It's a depiction of those monks in their robes. One of them who is very muscular and standing up tall. There's no features. It's very ornate, almost like a stick figure.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a silhouette. But there's one that's very, very strong standing up. There's another that is moving, and you can see that it's depicted as a very quick, fast movement.
Okay.
And then the third one that has an over-exaggerated glow and aura around it.
Okay. There's no one else besides the 3 of us that I can see in this room? Okay. I'm going to take one of each, but just one.
One of what each?
Those vials.
There's no vials that have...
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Got it.
This is in the book. This is
Okay,
pictures
got
in
it.
the book.
Okay. So you said it was I'm gonna search the desk for anything else.
It's not a desk.
Okay.
It's just a stone. There's no drawers. It is just stone with a book placed on top of it.
Okay. So you said there are. All right. So I thought you mentioned there were vials.
There are.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Nothing is made in This is definitely something where things can be made, but nothing is made for you.
Okay. So I'm going to look around to see if there are any, I don't know, ingredients that are labeled that I would understand.
Nothing has labeling on it.
Oh, shit. What kind of organization is this? You gotta label things.
Where's the expiration dates?
Reistrom.
Seriously.
As you step through your portal, you are opened up to a large stone structure building. This is very different than the room you're in because there is no voidless expanse. It is a fully stoned in, almost looks like the interior of a cathedral. The very first thing that you notice is two large stained glass murals that stretch the expanse of the back wall. On the one on the left is a depiction of an elderly woman, her arm outreached, palm up, towards the middle of the room with a large, over-exaggerated shining star behind her. The wind and the wave is depicted in movements around her. And underneath her is a dark, shadowy creature beneath the surface of the earth, wreathed in flame, but is struggling to get past the barrier to reach towards her. On the opposite side, looking towards the woman, is a faceless man with his arm stretched palm down in her direction, and various orbs encircle and surround him with different colors and shapes. His hair depicted as flame moving away towards the right. Underneath him, the same shadowy creature, wreathed in fire, except his arm has broken through the surface of the ground and has hold of this man's leg. In the direction of both their palms where they're facing, there is a single standing mirror that is very reminiscent of the one that you took to get here. Above it, a enormous metallic symbol that is affixed to the wall of a spiral ring of gold with a green forked tree branch, you could say, that pierces through the middle and is suspended above the mirror itself. In front of it are rows and rows of stone pews, all littered with skeletal bodies that sit and face towards as if they were having a mass, but clearly passed away. There are two other portals. As you approach and kind of look through, the portal that is right, as you come in through the one you walk through, there's another portal right in the center of the room to the right of you that says the Fountain Room. Another one further on says the Armory. What would you like to do?
That was a lot.
That was. It sounds beautiful, except for the skeletal part.
Give you a little sneak in.
It's the Book of Revelations.
I'll pass it to you, but like that. So that is the wall.
Ooh.
intricacy.
And you said never take you anywhere nice. So there's a mirror as well, plus 2 portals.
Yep. So the image that you saw, that's as you step through, the wall in front of you is there. The 2 portals are on the same wall that you're at.
Oh, okay. And the mirror's up by the stained glass.
Yes.
Okay. Is this a mirror?
Yes, that is.
Okay. Does it have writing around it like the one in the fountain room where we started?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
As you go up, it has the exact same iteration of phrases.
I'm gonna look sort of up and down the pews at all. Are the skeletons closed at all, or is it just?
They do. The clothing is the same drapery as the monks had.
Okay.
It's those robes with the long sashes that are various colors. But the bodies themselves have deteriorated away.
I'll just sort of glance up and down, walking down, I guess, the main aisle, and see if I notice anything besides skeleton and robe in any of the pews, like any other sort of objects or anything like that.
Go ahead and do a perception check. Q, as you frantically fret over this book and the confusion of not knowing what's going on or how to use any of the materials that are available to you, you hear the footsteps of someone approaching behind you.
I turn quickly, rapier drawn.
Coming out of the portal that is labeled the armory, you see your friend Kelnis, who steps through, appearing holding 2 daggers that have a powdery green tint to them.
Q immediately sprints towards Kelnis and gives her the biggest hug, still kind of frantically crying.
As you step through the portal, Kel, you are immediately caught off guard as you see your friend Q just run to you.
I just let out the biggest sigh of relief.
Your fire breath goes out and dexterity saving throw.
Where were you? I've been to 2 different places and I don't know any. Nothing in here is labeled and I don't know what anything means. And I went to this other room and there were a whole bunch of books, but I couldn't touch anything. And nothing is labeled. Where'd you go?
By myself.
Well, yeah.
Why weren't we still together?
I don't know. I don't think you can control the big one that has all of the places, but the little ones we know a little bit more.
I don't. I just stepped through one.
Oh, you gotta read where you're going.
I don't understand that language.
Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you what they mean. This is the fountain room. I don't know where. Well, I think you were just in the armory. You were just in the armory.
Okay.
What was in there?
A big anvil. It's got a dent in it, and there are these beams of light that shine down on it. And I stuck my dagger in it, and then I took it out, and it glowed for a little bit.
Oh.
There's also troughs of powdered gems. It's green. It stuck to my blades, but it didn't stick to me. You recognize it?
Do I recognize it?
You can do an Arcana check or a Nature check.
Oh. I'll do Arcana, because that's what I was thinking about. 17.
17. There are weapons that you have run across or seen people use that are famed from the capital. Very, very hard to come by. That have this luminescent green tint to it. And while most people would venture a guess that has some kind of imbued poison upon it, it's actually weapons that were made out of the Baboon Refuge that they're encased in a material that is very isolated deep within the mountain ranges of Badun called lazasite. Lazasite itself, when refined properly, can create a magical property that allows the blade to be never dulled and cut deep.
Whoa! And tells you all of that. And kind of wants to go to the armory to do the same thing. So.
I mean, two sets of eyes are better than one. Maybe you'll see something.
Yeah, in here too. I mean, I don't know if you want to like take a look around, and then we can go to the armory. Oh, also, when I first went through the mirror, I lost Felix, but I found him. Ver is also in here.
Ver?
Yes, somewhere.
Just
Ver!
like bumping into things. It's like a robot.
He's got no blocks to block, or attacks to block, or attacks to make. So
Yeah.
he's aimless right now.
He just does whatever he does.
Well, so you think if we go through this green portal, we'll end up in the same place?
I think so, because I think so. Should we try it?
Let's try it. Let's go
Okay.
back to the armory.
Okay. How are we gonna get Ver to come with us?
Ver! Come with us!
There's no acknowledgement that you spoke as he continues just to travel in his own direction.
He's on a wheel, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna take a rope and I'm gonna tie it around him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You get him lassoed in and leashed, and it takes a little bit because every now and then he'll try to go off in a direction, but it's very much like a Roomba where he'll hit a point and then adjust,
Okay.
and he'll follow you
Okay.
as you make your way back into the armory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So back over in the Divine Sanctuary.
20.
24.
You have to make a perception check.
Okay. You accumulate a bit of coin placed off of these bodies. However, you notice that the coin themselves always comes in twos. 2 gold coins that fall and are littered. They're never in pockets or immaterial. They're just around the bodies themselves. Total you get is about, let's see, that would be 40 gold pieces.
And do I see any other doors or anything like that, or it's just the portals?
Just the portals.
Any lights seem to be coming from behind the stained glass?
The stained glass itself is lit
Uh-huh.
as if there is some source of light behind it, but it's a wall with no doors. The only thing there is the mirror.
Is the mirror flush against the wall as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna head over the two portals in, which are
You have the fountain room,
the fountain and armory.
or the forged mine where you came from.
Oh, like the one I went through is still there, so I can go back.
With the two of you step back into the armory.
Mhm.
You're back, and you see the same anvil and lights with the 2 troughs.
So I'm gonna go up with the dagger that's green on both sides, and I'm gonna hold it in the light to see if something happens.
As you place it and it hits, it begins to have that white glow, and then it quickly turns into a red, melts into a bright orange.
Q, are you
It's a
watching?
blue,
I'm watching.
and then it turns into a very acidic green color. You can feel the blade itself, as you hold onto the pommel, it begins to shake and vibrate, and you can feel it's that sound of intense heat with something being dropped on it, like a liquid, it just immediately is evaporating away, and you look, and all of that coated green material is no longer there, but the blade itself is bright green.
Do you think that's a good green or a bad green?
Well, I don't really want to cut you, and I don't really want to cut me to find out.
Yeah, that's...
Felix! You can shave him a little bit.
I'm going to take it to one of the troughs and just gently, like, ding, cut along the edge. Just, like, run my blade along the edge.
As you pull the blade out, where at once it dissipated back into the normal tint, it now holds that bright green color. And you go to the trough edge and run across it, and it cuts a thin line into the trough. So you've just created a +1 dagger. This is a magical weapon now.
Ooh. Look at that.
I know. Butter. It's like a late night infomercial.
But wait!
There's more! Very excited about that. Q is going to do the same thing with her rapier, but not her daggers.
Okay, so you're gonna use your rapier?
Mm-hmm.
Are you coating it, or?
Yes. So I'm going to ask Kelnis to show me exactly what you did. I'm going to do the same thing.
I put it in the light first, then I drug it through both sides in the green powder, and then I stuck it back in the light.
Okay. You take your time and you go through the same process, meticulously getting every bit of the rapier covered. It does adhere to the rapier as well. You're noticing that the trough, the materials itself, is starting to run low. You get it fully coated, take it back to the light, and as you set it on there, it takes the same transformation, bursting through those various colors, getting hotter and hotter in your hand, and eventually getting that acidic green. And you pull away, and it retains its color. So you also have your +1 weapon.
This kind of matches my vest in some lights.
I'd like to do it to my battle axe.
As you put your battle axe in and you begin to coat, there's not enough left
Just
to cover the full.
Just the sharp edge.
You take it, you cover it, you take it into the light, and it does react to that. And as you pull it away, it dissipates down.
Okay.
With that, the troughs themselves are now emptied.
Sorry, Kelnis.
I don't know. Do you see anything that?
No, I mean, every single place in this weird network of portals and mirrors is really weird and doesn't make any sense at all. So, but do you want to go back to see? I found a whole bunch of books, like I said, but I don't know what any of them say. It'd be really great if we could find that other guy. He seemed to know more about magic and stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of the other guy.
So, by the portals, I'm going to do the same thing I did, a couple magic tinkerings on my coins, and put one down for the fountain and one down for the armory.
Okay, so that's your 4.
Yes. And, well, going back to the fountain's the beginning, but that's not what we came in here for, so don't want to try the other mirror, so let's go through. No, this is the right way. Let's go through to the armory. I'm going to go through the armory mirror, or portal.
And as you step through, the room opens up and you see your newfound Met companions holding up these shining bright green weapons, and you see the rush the rush of your skilled companion push through, get caught by the rope, and who's holding the rope?
You start to drag.
Go ahead and do a strength save.
Oh God.
Do I need to pull up burst strength?
11.
11.
I have negative strength.
Yeah, it's right. He pulls forward, and you just get pulled, and you're able to hold on for a brief moment before letting go as he takes off and goes straight up to you and postures that stance.
Pat him on the head.
The other guy!
What's up, Ver? How's it going? You missed me? Missed you too, buddy. It's not the same without you.
Hi.
Oh, Countess Immerish! And the Lady Q! How fare ye?
Where were you? Where were you? We were all separated and alone, and now we were together, and
Now you're here.
now you're here.
Well,
We're not alone anymore.
I've been where I've been. I was in a room with a pinkish glowing orb, and then what I can assume is some kind of chapel, the Divine Sanctuary, which also led to the fountain. But I didn't want to go back to the beginning yet. I need to find the books, but I think you guys do as well. So
Books.
I decided to.
Books. I saw books. I know where the books are. So I'm gonna kind of go to the fountain room.
Who gave Burr a tail? I'm gonna do the rope.
Oh well, he wouldn't listen to us, and we didn't want to lose him. So we thought we would just bring him with us.
He's our friend now.
Oh, well, you could have just taken him by the hand. Well, it's more of a nub, but I mean...
I didn't even think about that.
He's not gonna bite, so teeth are painted on.
I don't know, he just wouldn't listen, so...
Well, he's untying the tail.
Well...
I'm going to take my Days of Cain dagger and stick it back in the light.
You stick it back in the light, and that one side glows and heats up. Same thing, and then you pull it away. It dissipates away.
Y'all are making magic weapons? Very nice.
Is that what these are? Would we know that they're magic weapons? Or
you kind of know.
Okay.
You've heard
You have the
about it.
idea that they come from the Body Refuge. You would know.
Yeah, I just told you.
Oh, well, I was trying.
It just got real sharp. We felt like it was a good idea.
He was over there rogue-splaining you.
Okay.
So to the books?
Yes.
To the books.
To the books.
All right, so the way I know how to get to the books is back to the fountain room, and then there's another portal that I came through that...
So back to the fountain room? That's not where we started?
But can you get to the fountain room from here?
Well, we just came from the fountain room, so we'll go back into the portal that we just...
I thought
Came
we were
out
in
of.
the room with the desk.
I just came from the sanctuary. I've been leaving myself little bread crumbs.
What portal did you enter?
Well, I went through the mirror like everybody else.
No, I know, but to get to this room...
Oh, I went through the mirror, the portal labeled Forge. But there was another one that said Fountain.
Okay.
And I thought that would take us back to the beginning.
Well, the fountain doesn't look like the beginning.
Okay.
It's just a little different. So, I'm gonna go...
I'm gonna follow you, because...
Okay.
But...
So looking around, what portals do I see?
You are currently in the armory.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 portals in this room. The fountain room that you know how to get to. The other 3, the one that Reistrom came through, is the Divine Sanctuary.
Okay.
And then looking at the other 2, you see Osisynth, Lady of Ice, and Drac the Guilty.
Okay.
Before we go any further, could you do me a favor, Q?
Depends on what it is.
Well, I was wondering if I'm taking a book and pulling out a blank page. Could you write down the Elvish word and then write down the common word next to it? So
Sure.
Thomas Immerish and I have a copy.
Sure. So I go ahead and do that.
Thanks, Reistrom.
You're welcome. This wouldn't be a map. This would be called a key.
The portal.
I'm putting it in my bag.
All right. You moving into the fountain room?
Yes.
So you make your way in, and now you are all seeing those familiar vats of various liquids.
I didn't know what any of this was. I saw a book with some pictures, and I think I know what some of the pictures are, but I don't know how to make any of those things. So I didn't know if any of you could read these things.
Do you want to make some of them?
But what are they?
Let me find out. I'm gonna go inspect the book.
Right. What languages do you know?
I know.
At this point, you'd be running pretty close to losing your comprehend languages.
Well, I know on my own Common and Dwarvish. And then if comprehend languages is still up, I know anything I touch.
The languages you speak, just Draconic and Common?
Draconic and Common.
Okay. The language itself is not one that you know. However, you still have a few moments as you pass your hand over it, and you get the feel of this is a very ancient language. It is instructions of how to put together various potions and concoctions. There are 3 that are listed, and at the very top, you catch the rites and passage of Mirendi before it goes into the details. They're very complex potions.
I'm just gonna start transcribing as fast as I can, like what I'm reading.
Okay. Go ahead and
Penmanship check.
Oh my god.
let's roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier.
13.
Okay.
No, 11. Math.
11. Alright. You can feel the weakness in your brain slow, or that vibrating and hum of understanding kind of fade away, and you're frantically moving and trying to get as much as you can of the 3. The 3 potions that are there is ways to concoct a health potion, a potion of haste, and a potion of armor enhancement. You get as much as you can down before you lose that sensation of understanding. You might have enough to try.
On all 3?
Your choice.
So there's 3 potions. A health, a haste, and armor enhancement.
Oh, I was right. I knew it. How do you make them?
Well, which one do you want to try first?
Health.
I don't know. It'd be nice if. Well, but you don't have armor. I don't know.
Well, we can try all of them. We just start with one. You got to start at the beginning.
There are 4 vials that are on the table, so keep in mind you have 4.
We have 4 chances to do
Okay.
this.
All right. I don't know. Just pick one.
Health.
Okay.
I'll just start the list. I'll start just reading out, I guess, supplies I need.
Who's making it?
I'll make
Who's
it.
attempting to make it?
I'm attempting to make it.
Okay.
Nose go.
Alright, so you're going to do another intelligence check.
8.
You gather the colors and the quantities that you feel you've written down correctly, and you assemble at the desk a potion that does give off a familiar reddish color and hint to it. And you stopper it, and you have what you believe is a health potion.
Nice. What's red? Looks right.
I'm confident with this.
Kelness, you want it?
Kelness Embers?
I'm okay right now.
Alright.
Well, I mean, but like
good to have on hand.
to hold it,
Sure.
just in case you need it.
It's not going to blow up.
How do you know though?
Well.
It's a
Educated guess.
Catch.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Alright, so in your inventory, just put a question mark next to it.
Okay.
That way we know which one we're talking about.
Which should we try next?
one. Let's do the armor one.
Alright.
So you're going to try and...
Yeah, I'm going to go over my notes and try to make the armored one.
There's a lot more to this one, so we'll see. But you begin to try to put it together again. Go ahead and give me another intelligence check.
17.
17. This one gives off a more of a slate gray color, but you have another potion question mark. You notice your brow is profusely sweating as the concentration it's taking to get through this.
This looks about right.
Yeah. You wear a lot of armor, so maybe you keep that one.
Well, I've already got armor,
Well, I mean,
and I can already enhance my own armor.
why not more? I don't know.
Well, I don't want to go overboard.
I was just thinking about you.
Oh,
Alright.
I appreciate the concern.
You have 2 more if you'd like to try.
Should I try another?
How are you feeling?
I mean, we have 2 more vials. This is sort of what I like to do.
I like going fast.
All right, let's try the haste one then.
Right, same thing. Intelligence.
Nat 1, so 5.
This has a very acrid smell to it. Almost like a putrefaction kind of tint to it. You're fairly uncertain if you've achieved the goal, as it doesn't quite match the end result in the pictures.
This doesn't look like this. So this one, I would say you give to somebody you don't like.
Should we label it?
You're all about label it.
Yeah.
And you're really good about being sneaky like that.
Okay, so I'm going to take it
Okay.
and put it away.
Last choice.
Always good to have health potions.
Yeah,
We don't have to card to help to heal us.
that's true. God, I miss it.
Sorry
Okay.
about your friend.
We can still try and find a cure, right?
Well, hopefully if we can figure out the book situation. I couldn't touch any of them. They were too magical.
No.
Like I went and I tried with both hands too. I stuck my hand in and my hand went right through the books. Then I tried with my other hand and it did the same thing. And none of the books, they don't say anything.
Like those ghosts.
Interesting. Looking forward to getting into that room. I said looking forward to getting into that room.
Well,
Should we go there next?
yeah.
Yeah, let me knock out this
Health potion.
potion real quick.
Alright, last intelligence check.
12.
You get a similar consistency.
Looks good. Any of you all want this?
I have one.
Do you need one? You didn't get anything and you did all the work.
I'm pretty self-sufficient. Like I got Vera around to help me too.
Well, okay then. I take it. Question mark. Okay, and the portals that we see in here?
The portals you see in here, there are 4 of them. The one you walk through from the armory, the one that you came through earlier that leads to the grand study. The other 2, one leads to the forged mine, so the room that you had begun in, and the other one leads to the divine sanctuary.
Okay. Well, to the grand study.
I've been to all the other rooms.
As you go through the portal into the grand study, you see that opening large expanse of voidless black, and in the center, the handled structure and the 2 lecterns with the 4 bookcases surrounding it.
I think we'll get some answers here. Plenty of knowledge.
Well, if we can get the books.
Yeah.
Well, they're all around us.
Well,
Grab
show
one.
me.
Oh, okay.
As you all try your best, everywhere you grab, nothing seems to come to your hands.
I'm gonna go to the scroll thingy in the middle.
Okay.
And I'm going to just sort of put my hands on it. And I'm going to ritually cast Identify on it to try and figure out what it is.
Okay. As you put your hands on it?
Yeah.
Right. So you're thinking about identifying the structure.
Yes.
Okay. You put your hands on it and you feel an immediate surge. You cast Identify, but your brain is racked with this intense strain. I need you to do an intelligence saving throw.
12.
12. At which point you see the manifestation of what you're thinking about starts to swirl, and there's this actual image of white, it's almost like a white ball of smoke, but you see in your mind, clearly, that you're looking for identify, and you can hear that racing through your internal monologue, identify, and then there's a quick cut in the handle structure as it splits, and there's a line that almost breaks into it as if it was fragile, and you let go.
You broke it.
What'd you do?
I think I figured out how it works. But it's intense. It's intense. You just sort of grab onto the handles and think about what you need.
Okay.
You did lose that spell slot. That's right. So you cast it, and you get nothing back from the identify spell. It's not a magical item.
Oh, even if I cast it ritually?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you did ritual.
Yeah.
Well, ritual. Yeah, you wouldn't have it. Anyway, you wouldn't have had time to cast it because the moment you touch it, it would have done something. But yeah, you have your spell slot.
Right. Oh, so I wouldn't have even had to hold it to cast a ritual. It just would have happened.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay.
So,
How does that work?
can all of us touch it at the same time?
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh.
But
So one person at a time.
I would probably do one at a time. It seems pretty fragile.
Okay. Wow. I'll do it.
Yeah, if it's fragile, I don't know that I should hold on to it.
So you're going up to it?
Yeah.
Placing your hands on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is your surface level thought at the moment?
I'm gonna be thinking about cure for basilisk turning someone to stone. That's what I'm thinking.
You grab on and immediately feel that surge of energy plow through you, and that same white smoke kind of billows in front of you. Nobody else sees this. It's just you. But you hear those same thoughts of what you're thinking about. I need an intelligence saving throw from you as well. As the strain on your mind is too hard to hold on to.
18.
You fight through it, thinking solely of your friend and knowing that this is your only way to ever have a chance to cure. And then that orb begins to manifest and it holds. And you see a small sliver branch out that begins to go up to one of the bookshelves. And from up above, you see one of those ethereal books float down, and it lands on the left turn, opens up, and then it materializes into a real tome. You let go immediately, and the book itself stays there.
Is that it?
I think. I don't know. I try to read the book.
As you approach, it is written in what seems to be common to you.
Okay. All right.
Can you read it?
Yeah, I can read it. Can you read it?
Yeah.
Can you read it?
I can read it.
From over here, I don't even need to. I see it. I see it, guys.
I hear the audiobook.
Chapter 1. Basilisk. No, it is already opened up to the exact page that you would need, as it talks about petrification of the basilisk and ways to concoct an ointment that could be applied topically to the stone to return it back. You have the components, the materials that you would need, and it has the procedure laid out for you.
Okay.
So you could create it if you needed it.
I'm gonna copy it down. You had something to write with.
Mm-hmm.
Can we write it down?
Sure.
Okay.
When you're done writing it down, I want to borrow the writing utensil so I can write it on the back of my key that you gave me.
Okay.
Make it another copy.
We should invest in some moleskins.
Some quills.
Paper. It's gonna be big.
So we have the ingredient. Does it have a time frame of, does it give any specifics on that?
It actually, you're talking about how long
Until it's permanent, or
it is actually reversible
Okay.
at all times.
Okay.
Okay.
However, you do read that
Are there any side effects?
there's no side effect for the ointment. However, depending on how long somebody is encased in stone, it does read that they are conscious and aware of what's going on around them at all times. So the longer that he is in the stone, the more of an effect it could have on him psychologically.
Okay.
So he's there.
He's there. He's he saw everything.
He knows we left him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's a stable-minded, trusting figure who you've never left before or abandoned.
Hopefully. Well, I mean, he has a family history of like weird, I don't know.
Yeah,
But you know what? Like, let's just cross our fingers, Freddie, and hopefully he's okay. He's fine. He's fine. He has to be fine, right? He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine, right?
Confidence is always good.
Do I sound confident?
You don't.
Reistrom, did you see all of these ingredients in that other room? Like all of these things to make this ointment?
I don't know. Did I?
Let's just go check.
But the amount of times that you spent making those potions, a lot of it's everything you would need is in that room.
I think you have most everything you need in that room.
Well, let's get cooking. Let's go over there. Well, I mean, before we go, is there anything else we need to know?
Well, I was sort of here to look up a book
right.
too.
What did you want to know about?
Well, let me see if they have a book first.
You don't want to tell us?
Well, not particularly. It's my business.
Okay.
All right.
So you're approaching those.
Do the ladies not like a little secrecy in a man?
How's you feeling right now? You a little flustered?
So you're approaching.
Yes, I'm approaching the tombs.
Go ahead and do another intelligence save as you feel that same racking pressure on your brain.
23.
Ooh.
You're able to focus in and really hone in your thoughts this time, now being aware of what this contraption does and how it works. And that swirl comes up and you hear those reverberating thoughts in your head. Separation, separation, separation. And then you see that strand come up and travel up into the air, and a different tone falls and then opens up on the other side of the lectern. As you do this, the other book itself rises and returns to where it came.
I'm gonna start reading through my tome.
Right. It is written in common as well.
Sweet.
As you approach, do you want me to share this out loud, or do you want me to tell you this to you privately over break?
Let's do that over break.
Okay. Yeah. You do get a very solid answer to your question.
Okay. And can I take notes on it?
Yeah.
Same way? Alright. I think I found some answers.
Okay.
Thank you all for allowing me to do that.
Hope it was enough space. So can we get that ointment? Can
Absolutely.
we make it so we can help our friend? So I guess back to the fountain room. That's what it was.
And I have my key, and I can tell you which.
Tell us where it is, Countess.
I don't know that well.
You lead the way, Kelmus Imrish.
Roll an intelligence check.
15.
Yeah, it's a really low DC. Yeah, you find your fountain.
I did it.
Q has impeccable handwriting.
As you begin to walk away, you turn around briefly and look, and you see the tome itself wrap up and float back to the top.
We got an answer.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
I was just talking to Ver.
And you make your way back into the fountain room itself.
All right. So let's do this.
Oh, who had the notes?
Oh, I think we both
Or do I
did.
still have them?
Here's my copy of them.
Oh, okay.
So you have the materials, you have the structure of creating and concocting the potion. However, you do not have anything to hold the potion in.
I have a water skin.
Well, how about this? That one I'm not too sure of, let's pour that out.
The haste one.
Yeah, and then maybe wash it out with the water skin, and then we'll do the...
Okay.
Which is fair, because what if it works a little bit and you just gave our enemy something to make them faster?
That's true. Yeah. All right.
So you
So
empty out the putrefied gray one.
yeah.
Right, so you do have one. You cleaned it out pretty thoroughly. There's a little vat of water.
Mm-hmm. But what about all of the other people that, or what about all of the other dragonborns that were turned to stone?
How many were there?
There was at least one other that we saw.
I don't think they'll let us bring them back.
I still want to try.
Listen to this conversation. Do I know if there's enough materials to make multiple poshai of this?
Oh my God.
I am so upset with you right now. Noticing that you've been going in and getting these huge vats of elements, they don't seem to be diminishing. So you would probably gather that this is a replenished source of these materials.
I feel like I could attempt to make as many as you like if we had the proper receptacles for them.
Like my water skin.
How much could your water skin hold?
A fair amount.
About 4 pints of liquid. I would
Half a gallon.
guess if it's
About
a
64 ounces.
standard water skin size. That's quite the water skin. Is
Well, let's
everything
start-
bigger about a dragonborn?
Do you really not think they'll let us?
I don't think they will. They're gonna say that the Dreadnought Prince will
Who is Zay?
The higher ups at the Dragonborn country. Zaget.
Dragonborn country.
I feel like you two ladies could accomplish anything you put your minds to.
Now he's just trying to butter you
I
up
know.
because he wouldn't share
I know.
secrets.
Not working.
I mean, if there's materials for it, I think we try. And you may have better luck.
I wasn't going to ask permission. I was going to ask forgiveness. Also, after I leave the Zaget again, I'm not planning on going back.
Well, and here's the deal. If I go back to the Zaget, they're not going to let me leave again.
What if?
You go in and
we'll talk about the logistics later, but yes.
Yes,
Okay,
let's
so
do
I'm
it.
going to pour out, or you know what? Anybody thirsty before we dump out all this water?
Combine it with my water skin?
Sure. I put my water in your water skin, and we have an empty water skin for more ointment.
Let's get real nitty gritty.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Dungeons and Dragons, gotta love it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna attempt to create a larger amount.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with a small one first,
Yes.
as almost like a practice,
Okay.
and then yeah, I'll see how that goes.
So go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
11.
11. Okay. This one, it's not a hugely complex concoction as the armor and the haste were, but you feel like you've gotten it made. It has a thicker paste-like consistency to it, and you're able to get enough to slide into the vial that you feel like you would have enough to coat a thin layer across an entire body.
Massage oil.
I'm fairly confident in this first batch.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do
Thank you.
another batch.
A larger batch?
Yeah.
I'll hold the small sample.
The DC is going to go up on this as you're hoping that the proportions stay the same if you just quadruple the
Carry the
recipe.
two.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll one more.
1/8 of a cup times 12.
16.
You have a rather large amount. Getting it into the water skin proves a little difficult as it's not liquid, it's kind of thicker and...
Does anyone have a funnel?
No.
Or a spoon?
Oh!
Thank you, Lady Q. I'm just gonna
pipe this in. You're able to get some. You can't see in the insides. You don't really know how much is there, but you have some excess.
Just in cases.
The table itself is disgustingly dirty and covered with this material.
What kind of table is it?
Just stone.
Does anyone
Very,
see
very
any?
similar to your animal that you saw.
Are there any brushes or mops around? Anyone see? I feel bad leaving this dirty workspace, but we can come back and clean it.
Are we gonna come back?
But I mean,
I look around for some cleaning
There is
material.
somebody.
Clorox wipe shortage. Sorry.
I mean, just in case you need this again, you'll know where you can come
If
to
we need to come
get
back.
some more, yeah.
Thank you for making it.
Oh, you're more than welcome, Countess Imers. And Lady Q.
I can't wait for you to meet our friend Etor.
I guess we can talk about that as we leave. So we need to figure out how to get out of here. I
thought the room we were in was the fountain room, but this is the fountain room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been to the Divine Sanctuary, and it had the same mirror as what I thought was the fountain room that we were in.
Okay.
So I don't know if that may be the exit.
But is it just going to send us different places again?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Are there any places we haven't been? Let's see, we've been to.
What about all those people? The names?
I don't know who the names are. I don't know what the names are, but
I may know who one of them is.
which one?
Not personally, but the demon you so eloquently slain with your stabby stabs.
Mm-hmm.
He was calling out the name Drac as he was talking into the mirror.
You know that name?
I know that name that it's written on the mirror.
Oh, okay. But like you don't have like previous knowledge of that name.
I don't think I do.
Okay. Well,
We could always go back to the.
But those names were on the mirror, right?
They were. We could always go back to the grand study and ask the library for the answer.
how to get out?
That's a good idea.
Possibly.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go back to the grand study. And I think it's your turn.
You make yourself back to the grand study itself.
Mm-hmm.
Right, who's going to the lectern?
Think it's me?
If you don't want to, I can.
I'm worried I'm gonna break it. A way to get out for all of us together.
Yeah.
So we're asking for the way out, or we're asking for the other names on the mirror?
Oh, I thought we were asking for a way out. I think we should just go back through the mirror.
Oh, okay.
At least we know now that if we go to different places, where do we want to meet back? Meet back here, a grand study. If we go to different places, you have the key.
I have my key back.
You have a copy of the key.
I do.
All right. So back through the mirror.
Okay.
Hopefully we end up back at the monastery. Or,
After
like,
asking the book?
underneath. You know what?
Just in case.
Sure. Go for it.
Right, who's asking?
I will.
So you're approaching?
Mhm.
Right, so go ahead and do another intelligence save.
A save or just a check?
Save.
21.
Oh, good. What's the thing you're focusing on? What intelligence are you trying to glean?
The mirror itself with all the like verbiage around it and how to get out from the labyrinth of portals that we were in.
Okay. You have that same focus as that wisp of smoke builds, and then you see another book fall down and open up. As you go and peruse this one, it is titled The Halls of Mirendi. And you would glean this information. So, the Halls of Mirendi were created by Raziel Astaroth. So, Raziel Astaroth, make sure I get this correct. So, Raziel built this demi-plane that you're in. So, Mirendi is a side plane, a pocket dimension that sits on the outskirts of the Shadowfell. It's main intention was to be a prison to safeguard the creations of force and nature. That way, no outside evil could tamper with what they were creating. Raziel was a servant of force and nature. And in her time, she had created a pathway, a labyrinth of rooms that would house various ways to train disciples who would serve in protecting these evils from escaping into the world. The mirror itself, known as the Mirror of Mirendi, was a way of capturing the forces by tricking them into the dimension itself and housing them in their own pocketed room where they could be interrogated or dealt with. The construction of the mirror predates the ascension of the Isle of Etor. The mirror itself, as you approach, if you are of a benign, actually no, malign is what I'm looking for, of a malign nature, it would automatically force you into one of the pockets to hold you as a prisoner. If you showed that there was no threat to the creations of force and nature, and your alignment was of a positive nature, you would be able to will yourself with your own concentration to go into the path of Mirendi. The path of Mirendi was a set guideline of different rooms you would go to prepare yourself to be a warrior of Solemn Kadun. The monks themselves would train their bodies and their minds outside, and when they reached a point of enlightenment, they were allowed to take the trials of Mirendi, where they would be granted strength, knowledge, and the equipment they needed to be able to tackle evils in the world. So the reason y'all had such a hard time is you've never undergone any training to be able to use this device.
We ain't monks.
Very good use of that book.
I'll relay all that information. If I'm not reading over my shoulder.
So to get out...
Oh, let me turn the page.
You have to be knowledgeable enough to be able to use the mirror.
Are we knowledgeable enough?
Only one way to find out.
I just don't want to end up in a room with Drac the Guilty.
It doesn't sound like a fun place.
It doesn't. But
Neither does the ice one.
I don't see any other way.
Do we just focus on where we want to go as we approach the mirror?
And what would we say? Because we're trying to get out of all of these places, not go to a certain one. So...
maybe just thinking about
the monastery?
the monastery.
And the sarcophagi?
Yeah. Bloomin' Onion.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know that the bloomin' onion's supposed to be there.
Well,
I wonder if we should ask him about the bloomin' onion while we're here.
Not a bad idea. It didn't look like a friendly bloomin' onion.
Not a sponsor. Yet.
are we going to ask or are we going to try to go?
I'll try again if you guys want to wait.
I mean, you seem to be very confident in your own intelligence, so I think...
I mean, I do enjoy studying.
So you're gonna ask again?
Yeah, I'll ask about I'll think about the reddish plant thingy I saw.
Take your grasp on. Go ahead and roll me one more. You are noticing that you're getting fairly exhausted by this.
21.
Feeling that exhaustion take place, you do focus enough and picture that that glowing gray reddish tree that was starting to sprout. And you do find a piece of mine in picturing it before a book falls down and opens up and you see the other one lift up to the sky. You do get the information you're looking for. The tree itself is known as a krona tree. The krona tree is a barrier that strengthens the protection of the realm itself, so that forces from parallel realms could not invade or would have a harder time getting through. However, it normally is supposed to have a vibrant, unique growth to it, where the four sides of the tree mimicked the four sides of nature. Where one would have lush green foliage, one that would be burned off by sun, one that would fall with the autumn colors of the leaves, and one that would be chilly and dead, as if it was ending its life cycle. But this one has been contaminated or poisoned in such a way that by poisoning the krona tree, it weakens the barriers and allows for devious forces to make their way through. For you two, this is the same kind of tree that Dakar was born in.
Oh. Would we recognize that?
From if you are looking at the book.
At the book.
Mm-hmm. Well, that makes sense a little bit. I mean, not make sense.
It just gives us more information.
Oh, yeah. Kind of.
Is there anything in there about people being born in these trees?
Like trees giving birth?
Let me look.
The tree itself, it's not something, you don't see anything that says that people get born. However, it is used as a portal that they're tended to by druidic cultures that protect various krona tree that are scattered around Venera.
Mm-hmm. Dakar would have really liked this.
Maybe we can tell him.
Yeah.
He sounds like a great guy.
He's very humble.
And helpful.
And helpful.
Will be more helpful, Ver. Maybe she'll like you.
I like Burr. We're buddies now.
So.
Oh, also, you have one level of exhaustion, Reistrom. Your mind can only take so much.
Well, we need to try to get out. So just focus on the room we were in before.
All looking into the mirror.
Yeah. Sarcophagi. Tree. The stairwell and the monastery.
Should we think about the tree the way we see it, or think about the tree the way it was in the book?
Probably the way we saw it. Okay.
So where are you off to?
The mirror.
We have to go to the
We have-
Divine Sanctuary.
Right. So which pathway are you taking to get there?
Well, we were in a room that had the mirror, right? Where the books were? No? Oh, okay.
The Divine Sanctuary.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well,
Can we get there from here?
you know what? From here, we can get to the fountain room, which can get to the armory, which can get to the Divine Sanctuary. Because that's where we...
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the proper path? The book talked about the path of Mirendi.
Hold on. Let me see what I remember.
That the people have to walk a certain path to prepare themselves. So if there's the forged mind.
The Forged Mind is the room that Reistrom started in. you two have not been to the Forge Mine.
What did that one look like again? With the orb.
It hit S. And music.
Okay, so right now we are in the grand study.
What happened in that room? The room you started in.
There was a glowing pinkish orb thing in the middle of the room that I opened the lid to, and some cool smoke effect came out, and the orb had like turned into sort of liquidy stuff in the middle that I collected some of my wire skin, closed it back up, and went on my way to the Divine Sanctuary.
Do you think each room symbolizes something?
Like what?
Well, the people that come down here train their bodies and minds, right? The monks train their bodies and minds, and then they come down here, and if they can, do they go through each room in a certain order? And then they're deemed worthy or strong enough to protect?
Are we trying to be deemed worthy and strong enough to protect?
Is that the only way we can leave? Because didn't you see skeletons in the Divine Sanctuary?
I didn't say that, but now that you mention it, yes.
I was wondering, are you ever going to mention
I
this?
mean, what did you see in the Divine Sanctuary?
Spoiler alert. There was a great stained glass motif.
Did you draw that from memory?
I did.
Come on, Bob Ross.
And there's a little happy mirror right here.
Happy mirror?
Why don't we try to go through the mirror first, and if that doesn't work, then we'll try to figure out what order we need to go through.
Okay. So in the meantime, how are we getting to the...
Divine Sanctuary?
Yes.
We are in the grand study, fountain room, armory, divine sanctuary.
Okay.
We follow that path.
Okay. You make it through all the way to the Divine Sanctuary. As you open up, you see all that was described earlier that I'm not describing again because that was a lot.
And
That was a
skeletons.
lot.
And
I got to
skeletons.
tell you, there are skeletons here. Don't be alarmed, they didn't get up.
All right. If we get split up, meet in
Grand study.
grand study.
Hold on tight to Felix.
Well, I don't think it matters anymore. But we were all holding hands anyway. So, going through.
As you approach the mirror, right, I need that save from everybody. Wisdom save. 1 for Felix as well. And there's
13 for Q, 5 for Felix.
2 and 7.
13.
Alright. I need a D8 from every single person. Those are real bad rolls. Yeah. As you get willed into this mirror, but flung back into various rooms.
3 for Q, 5 for Felix.
3 for Q?
Yeah.
Okay. Felix himself is in the Forge Mine.
Okay.
What'd you get?
8 for Reistrom and 2 for Ver.
Ver.
Reistrom, you don't go anywhere. You're still just staring at the mirror as you see all of your friends sucked in, and you're still in the Divine Sanctuary. Kel?
Son of a...
1.
1. All right.
Where'd you go, Q?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Q, you feel immediately frozen and cold as you can see the air form in front of your face, and you look around and the room itself is sheeted in ice, thin ice, with a large pool of crystallized blue in the center. And you stare around, and there is only 2 portals. One that states the Armory, one that states Drac, the Guilty. Kelnis, you are in a similar shaped room with a similar pool of water. However, it is not iced over. There are 2 different rooms, and unfortunately, neither of these have been given to you as information for your legend and cheat sheet. You've not seen these rooms yet, so you don't know where you are.
So, are there portals?
There are 2 portals.
Okay, but they're not written on my key. Okay.
They are not. And that's where we're going to take our break. And once again, the party is split, and we will come back and find out where everybody is. Oh, where'd you say Felix got?
Forge Mind.
Yeah, Forge Mind.
Mm-hmm.
What about Ver?
Ver ended up getting a
2.
A 2?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you don't know where Ver is. He is not with anybody. So we'll be back after a brief break where we catch our wits and our breath, and then we'll see if y'all can escape this dimension.
Can you tell Reistrom some secrets?
Yeah.
I have to.
We're back.
And we're caffeinated.
I have so much caffeine in me right now.
I can hear my hair growing.
We are all lost again.
So you attempted to make your way through that mirror portal, and once again, through horrible rolls, were scattered and divided. It was a valiant effort. Very valiant effort. It was horrible.
Was it?
Kelnis, you find yourself in that room, searching throughout, and it seems very empty. And then you hear a voice. Hello? Hello?
Felix can talk?
From around the room, there are 4 standing stone pillars that reach up into that expanseless void. And you see a rather tall woman, slightly taller than you are. Long, flowing hair with a very extended, long katana-like blade. The armor itself that she's wearing, although she's probably been here for a while, glows with an iridescent paleness to it. On her chest, there is an emblem that looks like a forked tree branch that pierces through a golden ring. And you see affixed to the center of her breastplate is affixed to the center of her breastplate is a bright, glowing purple gem.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Hello.
Are you here to save me?
I don't know. Who are you?
My name is Raziel. Raziel Astaroth. And who are you?
My name's Kelnis. I think I'm lost.
Before you move, how did you come to be here?
Through a mirror?
Did you choose to come in here of your own free will, or were you pushed through?
I think pushed through. I was with others and we were trying to leave.
You see, she kind of grabs her blade and she pulls it out. She holds it behind the back of her shoulder so it's at the ready.
I don't want to hurt you. That's not my plan. I just want to get out of the monastery so I can go help my friend.
Only evil beings are allowed to come in here.
Aw, dagnabbit. I don't think I'm evil. And I don't mean that as in a, like, in my opinion, I'm not evil. I mean, like, no, really, My mindset is not evil. I'm learning that there are better ways to treat beings of a perceived lesser value.
There's this perplexed facial expression across. Wait a minute, what?
I don't think I'm evil.
She kind of points the blade. It's a really long blade, and she says it at you. Is this the first room that you came into?
Which time? I've been through the mirror twice now. Twice.
Which when she sheathes her weapon. So you're not an evil force.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not.
I've been waiting for however long. I don't know how long I've been here. Did they send you to come and get me?
Who?
The monks?
No. Were they supposed to send someone?
I figured somebody eventually would come and find me. How long have I been gone?
I don't know. How?
Are you not part of the order?
No. Which order? No, I'm not.
Well, regardless, I guess you'd have the means if you traveled here multiple times, you can pass through the portals.
Well, I haven't traveled here multiple times.
But you've gone through the gateways. She kind of points over and you see those green swirling portals.
Some of them, yes.
Well, just the fact that you can pass through any of them means you have free reign of this dimension.
Why can't you pass through them?
She kind of goes and she grabs on to the gem. I was able to go through, and then the last beast that I fought in here tampered with my gem. I've been stuck in this room ever since, but time flows differently in this dimension.
Oh no. How differently? How do you know?
The monks who come in here to train sometimes will be in for what feels like hours and come out and weeks have passed.
Oh.
Sometimes time reverses itself and they actually see themselves entering the portal whenever they leave.
How do you know that?
I created this place.
Oh. Well, hang on. We read a book that talked about that. Did you create the mirror?
The mirrors are Mirendi, yes. I created them.
Oh, I think you've been here a really long time. Like a really, really long time.
But the order still stands. The monks are still fighting.
Well, when we came in, there were some left. But there had also been, there were some undead out there. At the guardhouse.
What's the guardhouse?
Yeah. So I don't know much, but I think you made the mirror and built this plane, and then stuff happened and time went by and we're on Etor Isle.
Well, yes. I'm familiar with where the location is.
Yeah, but do you know the vertical location of Etor Isle?
The Z axis.
Sorry, like the elevation?
Yes.
I mean, we're on an island. It's not very high off the ground.
Well, it's in the sky.
The island is in the sky.
Yeah.
I feel like we can come back to this at a later time. Are you able, or would you be willing to try to get me out of here? I've been trying to go through, but every time I approach the gate, the gem begins to spark and panic.
Why does the gem spark and panic?
Well, it used to be my protection that allowed me to go through these gates. You see, there are 4 prisons that surround the main ways of the path of Mirendi. I've used them to isolate terrible forces that I found in the world and trick them in here. If you're a malevolent force, you're siphoned away and stored into one of them as long as they're empty.
And this one was empty before you came into it.
No, I had siphoned away a creature. But before I could get out, the creature had got a hold of me and distorted the gem. It wouldn't allow me to go through. Only creatures of good and pure intent are allowed to pass through without needing a gem.
So why can't you pass through without the gem?
Part of that creature sits within me, I'm guessing.
I don't mean to be insensitive, but if you have part of that creature inside of you, can you control it? Is it a good idea for you to leave?
Well, I mean, the creature itself, I killed years and years ago. I've been sitting in this room by myself without anything except for this pool of water. I would imagine that the creature is gone. Are you at least willing to try? You can't condemn me to sit here.
Sure, yeah, it's not up to me to make that choice. If you want to hold my hand while I try to walk through a portal, I'm not. This is all above my head. And I'm without my friends again. I'm a little lost.
You have friends here.
Somewhere.
Do you know exactly where they went to?
No.
I certainly hope that they're somewhere safe along the pathway, otherwise they could be in a dire circumstance. We should hurry to get to your friends.
Do you know which portal to take?
I mean, you can go through either of them, and she points and she looks in the two directions. This one over here takes you to the forge mine. That's the quickest way back on the path. The other one takes you to one of the other prison cells.
Oh, let's not do that.
I would highly recommend us not going into another prison. The creature that I sent there is one that is not fun to tamper with.
Does it have a name?
I believe Darely.
Okay. Alright, let's try going through the portal.
Right. So it holds onto your hand.
Ask where you are.
Oh, where am I? Well, I'm in the one it has her name on the mirror.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. From last night.
So you hold on to her hand and you take it. It's very cold.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why? I mean, a part that I don't want to be in here any longer. Apparently I've been in here long enough for the island to figure out how to fly.
You're just real cold.
Yeah, it's cold in here.
Okay. Let's go.
Grab your hand. Q. You are in an actually cold room. You are freezing as you feel the temperature drop suddenly and your whole body begins to shiver. The pillars that surround you are 4 pillars that are encased in ice that has formed these various crystal formations that just spiral up into the abyss above.
And that's all I see. I'm gonna go towards the pillars to see how thick the ice actually is.
You approach the pillar that's closest to you. The ice itself is enormously thick.
Okay.
It's solid.
I have a crowbar. I'm just gonna start whacking at it.
At the ice.
And a spoon.
You begin hitting at it. It does crack and break, and over a couple hits, it does shatter. And you hear that as the first column begins to slowly fall to the floor. The column itself still standing. And then you hear the voice. Have you come to challenge me, mortal?
No, I'm just leaving.
And you see from the other side of the room a woman draped in a white fur. Just a fur coat. Crystal light blue hair that just kind of falls across from the body and dangles to the ankle. Are you the next challenger?
No, that's not me.
Or have they given me a cellmate?
No, I got a little lost. I need to find my way out. Just try my best over here.
Your way out?
Yeah.
So you were free to move through the portals? Would you be willing to walk with me through the portals?
I don't know you. I don't know how any of this works, and it seems to be just one person at a time.
Oh no, multiple people can walk through. I've seen it. And forgive me, my name is Ossin.
Can you spell that for me? What was it? Ossin?
Correct.
Got it. Nailed it. First
Who
try.
are you?
Q.
Q. She begins to walk around the edge of the frozen ice pool and she kind of rubs her hand across the stone surface. Well, Q, what is it that you're looking for that led you to this vast, voidless domicile?
A way out. I was trying to go home. I was trying to get out, and I got put here. So, yeah.
Aren't we all looking for a means of escape?
I mean, such is life. Yes.
What if I could aid you in removing yourself from this atrocity of a realm?
How? You can't even get out. Well,
I may not have means to escape this particular room, but if you get me back to the mirror, I can easily show you how to navigate back to the mortal realm.
No, you know, I think I figured it out. I think I figured it out. So, I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. I think I can do it by myself. Thanks.
You're quite sure?
Sure enough.
Very sad. Of all the powers and the boons that I could grant you for your aid.
Well, I'm sorry you feel sad.
Did you come alone?
Yeah.
Roll a deception check.
You can easily tell I'm lying.
What'd you roll?
6.
Well, perhaps you should rest here a bit before departing. So longed to have company.
I'm not tired. I think I'm actually gonna keep trying to get out. And
Oh no. Do stay. At which point you see she kind of leans over and she puts her hand on the ice itself, and the ice begins to crawl up her arm, and it just builds and swells, and then it takes form 4, 5, 6 times as large as she is, and you begin to see the whole body ice up as no longer a human woman. She erupts and her neck extends, and you see the long scales flow down the back, extend into a pointed, horned tail that wraps itself around the edge of the pond itself, that pool of water, and you see the dragon face unfurl as this massive white dragon peers down, and you see the fumes come out of its nose and crystallize on the ground. We're gonna come back to you.
But you know some dragons.
That's really helpful.
A little different.
Reistrom, you are still inside the Divine Sanctuary.
Oh, I don't know why we didn't go anywhere. Where were we supposed to meet? Back to the study it is, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go back to the portals. And I think it's... one of them's the forge. The armory. Right?
Yeah.
Where are the other ones say?
You have the fountain room, the forge, and the armory. The forge is mine. It's not a forge.
Yeah, okay. The forge mine, the fountain room, and the armory. Gonna go to the... I think the armory led to... Yes, I will go to the armory.
Okay.
I'm in the armory.
Well, yeah. Nothing has changed in the rooms that you're in. I'm not gonna keep scratching the same room.
I'm gonna look at the portals again and see what I got in front of me.
You have Ossison, Drac, and the fountain room.
I'm gonna go into the fountain room.
Right. At which point you have back to the Divine Sanctuary, the Forged Mine, and the Grand Study.
I will go into the grand study.
Yeah. By the way, when you get to the fountain room, you have a familiar friend that runs up your leg, panting, as you have Felix, the White Weasel, who sees a familiar enough person and is, once again, the second time in a day, panicking at the fact that...
Oh, rat! Oh! No, we're not gonna burn it. Come here, buddy. You want to come with me?
It's
already on.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
on you. Like,
Let's go to the grand study.
you make your way back to the Grand Study. Nobody is there.
Oh. Well, this is where we were supposed to meet.
Is there anything you want to do?
Where are the portals in the grand study?
You have Darely, Drac, and the fountain room.
Well, the plan was to wait. So that's what we're going to do. I don't care. Hopefully they find Vera again. And I'm going to wait.
Okay. Are you stepping through the portal with the rods?
Yes.
As you make your way through and you grab and you feel that cold hand, you pull through and you are now in the Forged Mine.
Was Rosie working with me?
Yes.
Alright, I've been here before.
You're not.
Just kidding.
So this is the room that has the smoke and the bowl itself.
Okay.
The bowl is left open and the smoke is still billowed as that pink fume surrounds the floor.
I haven't been here, but my friend has been here.
Well, I also created it.
So from here, oh wait, diagrams on it. So I'm supposed to meet my friends back in the grand study.
Oh, that's fairly easy to get to. We can make our way back to the fountain room and it's just one portal there.
Where else can this room go?
Chicada points over. That one would take you to the Divine Sanctuary where the mirror is for an exit. This would take you back to the fountain room, and then this one is the same room as I told you before, that prison cell to Darely. I recommend us not going
I
there.
don't want to go there. Let's not do that.
Perhaps your friends have already left.
I don't think they would leave. I think if they got out, they got out. But I think we should go to the grand study. I mean, what? You're out of that cell. What are you gonna do now?
Well, I imagine I would leave and go back to the monks and see what I can do.
Would you help us out? Help us leave to get back to the monastery?
Absolutely, but it'd be through the Divine Sanctuary, not the Grand Study. The only way to remove yourself from the path of Mirendi is to complete it.
How do we complete it?
Well, you will yourself through the mirror. It takes years and years of training, but that's why we don't allow novices of the order to go through the trials.
Yeah, we're not even in order.
Then you are most definitely going to need my help to get through.
Okay. Look, can we check the grand study first? Would you mind?
Sure.
Thank you.
It'll be through here, and she'll lead you as she holds onto your shoulder, and you go through the fountain room, which is empty. You head through the grand study, and you are met with Reistrom again.
Kill this Imberish!
Reistrom. Felix! Felix, where's Q? Where's Ver?
I don't know. I've been waiting here. I was hoping when we met back up, when y'all would run across him.
Well, this is Raziel. Raziel?
Yes.
This is Reistrom.
Pleasure.
And
Nice to meet you, Lady Razia.
Pleasure, Felix.
Raziel?
Just call me Roz.
Roz. She's gonna help us get out.
Are you the Roz I've read about?
She's in books. Well, probably she created all this.
The book we read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
She created the mirror.
that is me.
She's been trapped for a long time. She doesn't realize we're an island in the sky.
I still want to get back to that, but I was told that we need to get you out of this dimension. I can take you through the mirror.
But we're missing a friend.
Yeah, we have a couple of our friends we need to find.
Would you be able to help us figure out where they are? Is there a way to do that?
I mean, from the mirror itself, yes.
By just looking in the mirror?
Well, the mirror shows what it contains. So if they're here, their names would be inscribed upon the mirror. If not, they would have exited.
So if we went to the mirror,
It would have their names on there?
we could find what room they're in.
It wouldn't show you what room they're in. It would just show you if they've been imprisoned.
Oh.
Other than checking all the rooms, but I highly doubt you're going to want to go into the prison cells.
What? Well, I ended up in a prison cell. What if someone else did?
What rooms have you been through, Calnus, since we walked through the mirror last?
I was in Roz's room. She was stuck. And then we ended up in the forged mine, and then we went to the fountain room, and then here.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Because when y'all all disappeared, I was still in the sanctuary.
And
then-
Ver and Q weren't there.
No, and then I went to the armory, then the fountain room, then here. So I feel like we should take Roz to the mirror, and then we can find out if our friends are in prison.
Q and Ver are in a prisoner cell.
Or they got out.
Okay, let's go to the Divine Sanctuary.
She leads you and starts following through, all the while she's still holding on your shoulder. What are you doing, Q? And there is now a large white dragon in the room with you.
Okay, so the pillars in front of me, are those what used to be the portals?
No,
Okay.
portals are still outside. So this is actually the layout of those rooms. The portals are in different locations in that abyss that goes outward. You can see where they are.
Can I read any of them from where I am?
From where you are, yeah. You know what your doors are.
Mm-hmm.
One goes to the armory, one goes to Drac.
Don't go to Drac.
I'm going to run towards the one that says the armory.
So as you run towards the armory, the moment you turn, I need you to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Not one.
I was like, is that good?
So it's okay, Kate. You are extremely terrified of this large creature, which goes without saying.
Yeah. We tapped
Like, destroyed by how scary this thing is. You do want to run away from it instinctually, and you do make your way, taking off towards it. However, as you go, you hear that of that breath that begins to erupt. I need you to do a Constitution saving throw.
$18.
18. Freaking dragon.
I know.
Ooh. It's not that bad.
Hey Google, roll 39 D6.
But it's half damage.
It is half damage.
I'm assuming you saved.
Yeah, you save. It's a what'd you roll?
18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
You just saved.
Oh,
God. Okay. So it's 54 cold damage,
Okay.
reduced in half.
Can I also use my uncanny dodge?
Yes, you. Hold on. I gotta double check. Were you gonna uncanny dodge for me?
When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so that's what?
So 54
Okay.
divided by 2.
Okay.
So that's
So 27.
But if you just succeed, it's 0, right?
No, that's not evasion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, make sure it's right.
Oh, okay.
So 27
Okay.
divided by 2 again.
Okay. 14?
13.
13. Okay.
So 13 cold damage that rushes across your body.
Okay.
You feel that icy chill, but you're still able to maneuver out of the way as you're running frantically, body weaving, and you do run straight through the portal itself. Erupting into the armory with cold flecks across your back as you fall to the ground and you're just shaking and trembling. At which point, which way are y'all leading to get to the grand study? Because she's letting y'all lead.
Oh.
And she holds onto your shoulders. She's not leading.
Okay. We're in.
Both ways will take you.
We're in the grand study, right?
Well, you went through the fountain room, so there is
Okay.
a direct route to the Divine Sanctuary, or there's the Forged Mine and the Armory that...
My thing is not very accurate then. I try.
Are you taking the most direct route?
I think we're
Yeah,
taking the
let's
most direct
take
So
route.
you
Most
go
direct.
from the fountain room straight to
Yeah.
the Divine Sanctuary. So you find yourself there, and there's the mirror. Q, what are you doing?
Q is gonna take a minute and just kind of hug her knees.
Yep.
She's gonna need that.
Just get thought
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you approach and you're back into the Divine Sanctuary,
Okay, Roz, so can you look in the mirror?
well, all of us can look in the mirror.
Okay, but that's how we got here. We looked in the mirror.
Yes, but it's not just about looking in the mirror. You have to hone in and visualize yourself and your own physical structure. Once you control the mental image of who you are, you can control the destination that the mirror takes you to.
So you must know oneself.
Yes. In a very simplified term. Don't fret, dear. I can center us enough to get us through.
Well, we're gonna look for our friends
find
first.
our friends.
Well, I won't know where your friends are. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It doesn't have a location. This is not meant to be a place where you go to find people. This is a trial for where you're supposed to endure on your own.
Yourself.
Yes. But I can get us back into the monastery grounds.
But we can't leave without our friends.
Well, apart from searching on your own, I'm not sure where they would be.
Do you think Ver could have gotten out on his own?
I mean, he's resourceful, but I don't
Not
know.
resourceful.
I thought you said, Roz, if they were in a cell, their names would be on the mirror.
Well, they would. We can check.
That's what I
Let's
thought we were
check.
checking.
Let's
Yeah.
So you go to look at the mirror. Where it said Raziel is no longer there. That whole portion of the mirror frame is empty. There is no Q anywhere. There's no Vers anywhere.
So what does that mean? What does that mean, Ross?
It means that they're not in prison. They could be floating around in any of the rooms, or they could be in the monastery.
How confident are you killing this Imrish?
Not confident at all.
Q, where are you going?
Q is going to make her way to the grand study.
Okay, so as you make and maneuver your way back
Mhm.
into the grand study, and it is empty.
Roz, would you mind if we made one more path through all the rooms?
I mean, you're welcome.
We can't leave without our friends.
Well, we won't, but if they are in a prison cell, the only way to get to them is to go through, and
Well, you said they're in a prison cell, their name would be on...
if it's vacant, you see, it traps evil entities. Unless your friend is evil and can't escape the cell, she wouldn't have her name on there. She'd be free to move.
Let's try the rooms.
How bad would it be?
No.
To just pop in one of the
No.
cells, take a peek, and pop back out.
No. Let's try the rooms.
I mean, that is part of the trials of Mirendi, is to take on a foe. But we send our trained monks to do this.
No.
I myself had trouble and was stuck and isolated because I took on one by myself.
No.
Well, you won't be by yourself. You'll be with us.
I also am not going back into a cell.
There we go.
You are more than welcome to poke in and look for your friends, but I apologize. I have a whole group of people that I have abandoned for years, it seems.
But not on purpose.
Well, no, but they think I'm probably dead.
How good are you with undead? With undead?
What do you mean, how am I good with undead?
Well, how good are you with them? Like, if there are undead out in the world, can you defeat them?
Well, anybody can defeat them. I'm a born warrior of the gods. I can fight, if that's what you're asking.
Do you have any extra oomph to help you out?
I'm confused by what you're trying to ask.
Well, you just seem pretty special if you made this whole plane. You have extra powers that maybe you could just get rid of all the undead? Somebody brought undead to our world. It's no good.
I have innate gifts, and I am blessed by force and nature themselves, but I am not a god, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. Well, that might come in handy. But that Reistrom, we gotta go through the rooms. Let's try that first. Last resort, go through the cells.
Agreed.
Without Ross, because she won't go through.
She kind of looks over and just like, if you don't mind, I'd like to check on if I know any of these bodies.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Where are you going?
What are the three choices?
You have the armory, the fountain room, the forged mine.
And the forged mine. Oh, wait. Fountain room will take us to the grand study.
And you came from the forge mine, you said. So let's go to the armory, since we haven't been there yet.
Okay.
As you go through and you see a huddled Q on the floor, Felix jumps off, runs over, and jumps on Q, and just kind of melts into you. For the first time, you are shaking, not Felix.
Cute!
Lady Q, how fare ye?
You're not good.
It's a dragon. It was
Dragonborn.
No. It's a big dragon.
Really?
Huge dragon.
That's good.
It's so cold. It's like taking Felix around my neck, like almost like a little scarf. So cold.
Well, we don't have to go back.
Yeah.
We have someone who can help us get out.
Did you see Bear?
No. I also didn't look. I'm sorry. It was so big. It was so big.
Which mirror was that? Or portal was that?
They said their name was Assassin.
It's okay, you're clearly shaken.
It's a dragon.
Probably it.
I'm gonna take out a blanket and put it around Q.
Okay.
And like do the arm warm me up thing.
We gotta get out. Get out.
Let's go. So let's go back to the Divine Sanctuary. Can we do that from the armory?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a two-way?
You get right there.
Okay.
So as you pull through the Divine Sanctuary, you come in, you see that grand visage of the glass again, and the mirror itself, and Roz looks over and she sees you.
We found one.
She kind of waves, and then puts her hand on the mirror, and you see her smile as the mirror itself begins to start to manifest, and you start seeing that image of Roz. And then a tethered liquid that kind of traces the ground. And then from behind some of the pews, you see this ball of liquid emerge and kind of raise up, and it begins to slowly move up the aisle towards the mirror itself. And Roz puts her hand on the mirror, and you see her start to go into the mirror as the creature itself begins to move towards the mirror.
Who's this?
Countess Imrish, what did you do?
She said she was gonna help us. You owe me, Roz.
The image
You
of Roz
owe me big time.
starts to flow into the mirror, and you see the larger liquid begin to move straight forward as it gets closer and closer to the mirror.
I feel like we should probably
What are you doing?
Beat the thing. Beat the thing to the mirror.
Yeah.
Initiative.
Yes. 21.
Wow.
Let me apologize now for rolling that 20.
Alright, so let's get you some basic layout.
Pews. Pew pew. Pew pew pew.
Pew, pew. Go into the chapel.
Basically. You have a mirror, the front. Make it a little closer.
I was worried about that.
You should be
No
worried.
good deed goes unpunished.
The whole time I was like, don't do it.
Alright, I cannot find it. Wherever it is. The one time that I need you, where are you at?
Let's take a commercial break.
No, what? It's right, I'll use your TARDIS right now. Because it is a block. So as the block, come over here, begins to move towards.
And it's a liquidy block.
It is a liquidy block. So we have 3 of you. Over there. Alrighty. Initiative order. Kel.
2.
2.
Like flat 2?
Flat 2.
Wow.
You don't have anything plus your
plus my
initiative?
2. 4.
Oh.
4.
4.
13.
13.
21.
21.
Spoiler alert.
21. And it has a...
I'm gonna need to start verifying my initiative rolls because this is like the third one that like I've rolled really high for.
Alright, so Q, you see this creature start moving straight forward as... Oh, let's get her out. Where is she at?
Alright.
Yeah, as you see the image of Roz begins to go
The
through the
great
portal
ass.
itself, and that tethered liquid follows from, so I'm not going to draw them out for you guys, but from wherever the image of Roz is, there is a line that connects to the...
And it's just an image of her.
So there's an image of her in the mirror. Her physical form is gone now. Okay.
Well, no. Physical form is going, I mean, you are catching her at the moment
Okay,
she's
okay,
going into the
okay.
mirror.
So she heard me say, you owe me big time.
Yeah, that's why she smiled at you and then went to the mirror. Alright.
Doesn't change the IOU.
Q doesn't have a lot of information of what's going on. She just sees this. So she's going straight for the person who's trying to get out.
And your rapier's pretty fancy now.
Yeah, so she's going to use her bonus action to dash.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. You going around? Or are you trying to go over? You parkour in this?
I'm gonna parkour this.
Okay, give me an acrobatics.
15.
25, okay, 25, 30, 35. Give me another acrobatics.
Same. 15.
45. How far can you go?
60 if I'm dashing.
55, 50, 55, 60. You can get right up to her. Yeah.
Alright.
Oh.
It was gonna be a crit anyway.
Wasted that nat 20. Don't you have an extra d6 now?
Tug her back.
Some of us are around here are level 5.
Now I have to do the math again, sorry. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I looked at that earlier.
18 times 2, 36.
Plus 6. 42.
42 damage?
42 damage.
Wow. You just destroyed the mirror.
No!
That's not what we're going for, you.
Yeah, you do your vaults over the 2 sets of pews and then go through, and as the form is going to reach and is almost through, you stab around the corner and it hits the liquid, and the liquid just disperses and the body goes away. And you hear a shrieking noise come from that large liquid structure. Right?
I don't know if that's what I was supposed to do, but I don't know this person. That's my turn.
Right. That's going to take us to Lisa's turn, at which point it's going to use its bonus action, and another form comes out and is tethered from behind, and you see it pull out the blade and it kind of stares your direction. It's going to make its movement 10, 15, 20, 25. Get in front of the mirror, and then it'll use its action. And it's going to go and it tends to slap. This like pseudopod of liquid comes out and goes to slap at you, Q. Probably a miss. That's a 14.
Yeah, it's a miss.
Miss. And then you're 5 feet from it, so I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
19.
19.
Oh, this one today. This one today.
It's on fire.
Oh, let's see. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or takes, no damage. You lucky. You do feel a racking in your brain, though.
Okay.
That is its turn. That's going to take us to Reistrom.
I'm going to. I'm going to reach out one of my arms, touching some of the runes on my armor, and let out a firebolt at the black goo extra part that's coming at us.
You're talking about,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a Ra's form, but it's black, right?
Not black at all.
No.
You never said
Never said it was black at all.
But it's attached to. It's attached to. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I'm gonna do that. Uh, 24.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 9 damage.
Yeah. So you hit it with that fiery blast, and it gives off an extremely aggravated screech as its body is hard to hold shape. And it actually will have disadvantage on its next attack roll and its ability checks.
Ooh.
As it has an aversion to fire.
Ooh.
Alright, anything else you want to do?
It was this one right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one closest to us.
I'm just gonna move over and cuddle up next to Kelnis Imrish.
Okay, so you're getting over there?
Yeah.
Not gonna cuddle for long.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, Kellis.
Okay, I am going to use my bonus action to go into a rage.
Go for it.
And when that happens, my aura, lights up a little bit, gets a little crackly. And a lightning bolt is gonna hit my friend in front of me. The one closest to me.
So read your, so I guess you took the seed. Right. Can you read your effect?
When activated, one creature of my choice in my aura takes lightning damage.
How far is
Oh,
your aura?
it's 10 feet.
Yeah,
Never mind. Okay.
A little bit out of range.
Going into a rage anyway as my bonus action, I'm using my movement to get closer. Let's do...
Could she still zap when she gets closer? Or is it only once she
I think
gets
it's
Only
into
when
rage?
I go into rage. So I'm already, it's fine. I'm already in the rage. I'm gonna move 15 feet closer.
5, 10, 15.
And I'm going to use my breath weapon
Okay.
on this shadowy lady. Not shadowy, she's going.
And it's a dex save, so that is...
13.
Oh. It passes with a 15.
Dang, okay. But I get to attack twice.
Well, that is your attack. So
That is my attack.
Yeah.
But I have 2 attacks per action.
Yes.
You
So
can take
it's
the
an
attack
action.
action.
So to use your breath uses up your action.
Gotcha.
If
Okay.
you would have
okay.
attacked, then you could attack again.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So is there anything else you want to do?
No, because I'm mad she missed my.
All right, Q, back to you. Q, back to you.
I'm gonna attack the thing that slapped me. 17.
17? Yep.
10 damage. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to move back towards the pews. Actually, you know what? Behind the pew. Move. That's what that is, right? Yeah.
So you're going around this way?
Yes.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Right there.
And I'll think when you say use your bonus action, you meant disengage?
Yes. Sorry.
I noticed. I just want to make sure.
Yes. Yes.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. If you say bonus action, I get what you're
Okay,
saying. But
yeah.
I just want to make sure we're clear on that. Anything else?
That is it.
Alrighty, it's going to be its turn. At which
An
point,
action or bonus?
this one moves back.
That would
And
be
gets right beside you.
offhand.
And it's going to make its pseudopod attack against you again from
Okay.
behind.
So,
Which means whatever you're attacking with,
That is
you wouldn't get that. And you would
only an 11, so it's not going to hit.
straight d20 whatever you roll.
Alrighty, you should do another wisdom saving throw.
All you get. You don't get any of the modifiers.
11. Okay.
11. This time, that pain does hit your brain. It feels almost like whenever you were attempting to get the book out, but this time it really...
Ooh, did you roll I'm sorry. Did you roll a disadvantage to attack?
That wasn't an attack. This is the first one missed anyway.
Oh, okay.
Alright, that is 7, 8, 9... That is 20 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Does this count as uncanny dodge as well?
You can't see this.
Okay.
So this is 20 points of psychic damage, and you are considered memory drained.
Okay.
So, let me make sure I get this. While memory drained, you must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from any ability check or attack roll you make.
Okay.
So it's like Bane. You get
Okay.
each time the target is memory drained beyond the first, the die will increase. So it starts at a d4 and it continues to get more and more.
Every single time?
Every time that you get memory drained. So the next time if you fail your save,
Okay, got it.
it's another one.
Is there a thing for that to click in the app or no?
No.
No, it's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. I didn't realize that. Well, that's fine.
That's not good.
That's not for anyone else.
Hold on. Okay, never mind. I was like, this is about to really suck. So it learns all of your memories, the languages you know, and it has your proficiencies. But for a moment, I thought it said it gets your abilities, and I was like, oh, it's about to. All right, so that is its turn. So we'll go to Reistrom.
I'm going to hurl another firebolt at the Raw's extra part.
Okay.
Social distance high five.
Natural 20, my good sir.
Go ahead and roll that hammer.
Now let me roll a 1 on this D10. I'll take it. 12.
12?
Yeah, 12 damage.
Oh yeah, it's shrieking. It hates every bit of this. It's not looking too good either. You can tell that the consistency of the main glob is beginning to...
I'm just sort of blowing off my fingers. Shoot up!
Anything else?
I'm gonna move towards killing this Imrish again. I'll move like right behind her.
Okay.
Yeah, just gonna tuck in behind you. We got this! That's my turn.
Counts.
Alright, I'm going to use my movement to get closer. Yes. And I'm going to use my bonus action to lightning bolt her butt.
Okay, and I believe it's still dex save.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hang on. I believe it.
Isn't it your oral thing?
Yeah, or okay.
Yes.
That is an 18. So yeah, it strikes and it misses to the side.
Okay, well, I'm going to slash at her with my battle axe.
At advantage.
Okay.
You have advantage and you get 2 strikes. Level 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the first one was high.
22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. My battle axe didn't get the magic though, did it?
No, it did not.
8 damage.
Okay,
Second
Oh, second attack.
second attack.
Thank
advantage.
you.
if you want it. I'm not telling you what to do.
Oh, it did too much for you.
25 to hit. Oh man, come on. 8.
Damage is damage.
9 damage.
9 damage. Yep. Ooh.
Q, go
It's
get the
shrinking
blob by
just
the
a little bit
mirror.
more. Alright, anything else?
That's all I got right now.
You.
Q is going to use her bonus action to disengage. And move farther towards you.
Okay.
Right there.
Right, it's 20.
And she's going to use her action to take the healing potion ?
You pop it, swig it. It has a very strange taste. You've had these before, and this does not taste right. I need you to do a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, it was a failed potion.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Oh,
Are poisoned.
Oh my
crap.
So I believe this is disadvantaged. It should be disadvantaged on all your ability checks. Yeah. You throw up immediately, but you're, yeah.
Did I go down the wrong hole?
It's a sedative. No, not sedative. It's a suppository. It's a suppository.
It wasn't labeled!
I don't think that was the problem.
All right,
Okay,
anything else?
I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna stay over here for a little bit, and that's gonna be my turn.
Alrighty. At which point, it is its turn. The Rosial version has now liquefied. You see it's the same color as the larger glob, and it goes to make a pseudopod attack as its arm branches out and it goes to slap against you. It is at disadvantage because of the fire. Yeah, 3. So no, it goes swinging, you just kind of duck under it as it swings away, but I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
13.
13, unfortunately, is a fail as you feel that racking pain on your brain. 10, that's 20 points of psychic damage again. So you take 20 points psychic damage, and you are memory drained as well. So you get a D4 subtracted to all your rolls.
Okay.
And that is going to be its turn. Actually, this is going to move slightly over. Yeah. All right, it's going to take us to Reistrom.
Sorry. I'm gonna hurl a firebolt at. I'm gonna start there. That's right there. And I hit whatever I hit, not one.
Hopefully not me.
It fizzles out of your hand for a little bit.
Oh, dropped it. My
You were
bad.
looking over and you were seeing Q throw up and you're like, that is my fault. That's my fault. And you throw it the wrong way.
And I'm gonna use 30 feet of movement to go behind the pews, head towards Q.
Okay. You can get there.
Okay. And am I within 30 feet of Kelnis?
Yes, you are.
No, that's it. That's it for me.
All right, Callis.
So Reistrom's healing potion's no good. Okay. I am going to. Oh man. All right, I'm going to use my bonus action to attempt to hit this lady with a lightning bolt.
That is going to be a 23 to miss. So she dodged it. She can just dissipate and reform.
It happens. Don't worry.
It happens every time.
You have your action.
I know.
Salty today.
Okay.
We don't like the waterworks. We don't like the pool.
No. Okay, so I have a question. I would like to change my weapon for a moment. Is that an action?
Which weapon are you going for?
I'd like to pull my dagger out.
I'll... For this one, because it's a small weapon, I personally will make this call and say that you can pull it out really quickly and still make the attack.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So I roll my d20 and a d4?
Yep.
And subtract.
Mm-hmm.
And do I get to add my modifier?
Yes, you're still going to make your regular roll, but then a d4 to subtract. Oh.
16.
16 will hit.
Okay, hang on. And it's magical
So it's just a +1 to the damage.
to the damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be. It's +1 to attack too, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you still would hit.
We should add that over the burn.
Alright, we'll get you.
Okay. 4, 8, 10 damage. 9 to 11 damage. 11 damage.
Wow.
Wait. Math, hang on. 11 damage.
With a dagger?
4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1.
With a dagger. If you go the rest of the campaign just playing with a dagger, as a barbarian, I will love you.
Dragonborn bird.
I did 12.
It's
With
like
a little breastplate.
I just want to take a timeout. 12 damage with a crit with the fireball. Dagger attack 11.
Okay, but your little magic stones.
Moving back on. It's looking really, really bad. That's going to be end of its turn unless you have something else you want to do.
That's all I can do right now. Thank you very
You have a
much.
second attack.
Oh yeah, you got 2.
Oh, well, I want to attack again with the dagger.
Roll your d20. You go roll your d20.
Yeah, you still have to roll your attacks.
You have to roll.
don't get both attacks. Nice try.
I mean, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, so that's not my damage, that's my subtraction. I don't think I hit.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, now I'm back.
Alright, so it's going to take us back to the top. Q.
How far am I from Big Orb at the...
25 from the main guy. 25 from the pseudobot.
From this one right here? I'm
25 from both.
Okay. I'm running up to hit the one that Kilness is working on right now.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get there or there.
And I'm at disadvantage and the D4.
Is that attack rolls or is it ability checks?
Everything.
10.
That is a miss.
Alright. Gonna use my bonus action to disengage and move back 5 feet.
Which way you want to go?
Let's go towards the pew. So that way.
This way?
Yeah.
This way.
No, where you were before.
Okay.
Right there.
Alright. And it is now its turn, at which point... Yeah, it's going to do it. So it's going to make its pseudopod attack against you, Thomas. That is going to be a 23 to hit. So it's going to do 1d6. Oh. That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Reduced to 5.
And then you feel that pain surge across your brain as you take an additional 7 points of psychic damage.
That doesn't get half.
That does not get half. And you are 5 away from it, so I need you to do another wisdom saving throw. Nine. You're going to take more psychic damage. And your die now goes up to a D8 or D6 when you roll against yourself. Ooh.
I'm not going to be doing a lot of damage.
22 psychic damage.
Now.
As you fall and kind of lean against the pew, and you are slumped over and unconscious. That's it. Alright, so it's then going to move. 5, 10, 20. It pulls over there, and that's going to be the end of its turn. Reistrom.
I'm going to use my movement. Do I have enough movement to get close to Kelness?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move up to Kelness, Imrish. And I'm going to... I'm going to lay my hands on her and cast Spur of the Dying.
You are stabilized. And you used it correctly. How many times? Episode 12.
Stay in school, kids. Study your notes.
Study your spells. Study your cantrips.
You're a real wizard. You're a real wizard.
You touch it and concentrate for a moment, and you think about that the way you normally stabilize molecules in your infusions, you're able to will the body just to stabilize itself. So you are still at 0, but you don't have to do that saving throws.
And that's my turn.
Alright, we are at Kel. You are unconscious and can do absolutely nothing. Q.
Seeing everybody else, she's gonna run up and try to hit that.
The main one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do 3 of those.
Yeah.
Damn it, that was another nat 20! 18.
18 will hit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue.
I'll just do that one. And then
Take that.
if you get healed up, yeah, just -1 from it.
9 damage.
9 damage. What does it?
Oh, put it.
Well, there's a way to get the death saves off without putting a 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I just did the save for 1, yeah.
9 damage.
9 damage. You strike into it and it digs straight through, and your rapier just kind of curls down. It separates a bit of the liquid ooze, and then it pushes itself back in. Anything else?
Oh, wait, no. I wanted this one.
You said the main one.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. So do I still have some movement then?
That would be... Yeah, you have 10 more.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage and move backwards towards everybody else.
Okay, so you get that.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's my turn. I'm gonna say, is everything okay back there? That's it.
It is its turn, at which point... let's see if I can do this.
No.
Yep.
Oh, no.
You stab into it, and then it erupts this cone of color that just kind of sprays, and you just get it caught all over your face. I need you, Q.
Dex save.
Hold on. No, I roll.
Dang it.
6d10s.
No, I'm just gonna go ahead and put myself down right now.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 19, 26.
He's got to add more.
How many HP do you have right now?
8.
8? Okay, it's going to affect you in only... Oh, starting the creature that has the lowest current hit points. Each creature affected by the spell is blinded. So you are blinded until your next turn.
Okay.
And that's it. You're just blinded.
Okay.
Oh.
That's it.
Alright, that is... Maybe its turn as this moves in. And it actually is going to move back in and congeal as one whole entity. That's going to take us to Reistrom.
I'm going to take a healing potion and put it down the guzzle of Miss Kelnis Immersh.
Right. And this is your healing potion that you came with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You get 10.
Thank you.
Anything else?
With a bonus action, could I take a dagger off of her?
To pull the dagger, like to
unsheath it.
I'll say you can.
Okay. I'm
Which
gonna
dagger are you taking? She has the one that she was fighting with that's open and out.
Uh-huh.
The other one is still sheathed within her.
Whichever one was. I'll play which one was within her hand. That would be the easiest
So
one.
you have the magical,
Yeah, the
the
magic
plus
one.
one. Is that it?
I'm gonna Q, come to my voice. And yeah, that's it.
Right, Kel, what do you want to do? Did you open your eyes and you are conscious that you are leaning over the side of the pew?
I'm gonna get up
Right, it's half your movement.
and how far away am I from the big blob?
10, 15, 30, 40.
I want to move to get within 10 feet of it.
How much movement do you have?
I have 40.
40, so you're down to 20.
Okay.
And 10, 15, 20, you can get there.
And I'm 15 feet away.
You are 10 away from it.
Oh, beautiful.
Blast it.
Let's try this bonus action with the little lightning bolt.
You might need to go on a rage again.
Oh, I'm gonna go in for rage.
What's your bonus action to get the rage?
Ooh, there's an egg!
More press dragons.
That is an 18.
Oh.
Got really good decks.
Tried, y'all. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Anything else you want to do?
No.
Alright, Q.
So Q heard Reistrom say that, and she's going to put her hands out because she knows she's between the pews and just kind of move backwards.
You put your hands out, you feel the scales on your right, and you just keep moving backwards. How far are you going?
As far as I can. Yeah. Right here.
Alright, anything else?
That's it.
At which point it is its turn, and it begins to focus on the mirror itself. Forgot. That's Ross. At which point you see it start to materialize and you see the reflection of itself in the mirror for a brief moment. It's still there, but it's making an attempt to get away. It's its turn. It's going to take us to Reistrom. Reistrom. Get right. Stromboli, what are we doing?
I'm gonna hurl a firebolt at it.
Okay.
18.
18 to hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 damage.
1 damage.
Oh my god.
It's still standing. Alright, that's going to take us back to the top, or to Kel.
I'm gonna shout out, I don't know what to And I'm going to use my bonus action to try to hit it with the lightning bolt.
10.
Yes! Okay, so wait, now I need to figure out what happened.
2 lightning damage.
How do you want to do it?
Okay, when activated, one creature of your choice in your aura takes lightning damage. Dex DC 13, half damage on success.
Oh, we could have been doing half damage this whole time.
Oh my.
What?
You gotta read your stuff.
Oh, crap. But that wouldn't that be... Oh. Oh, okay.
So if he rolls higher, he takes
He gets
half.
it.
He takes half the damage.
But he gets some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Kids, read your notes, study your spells.
Read
You're
your
doing
notes.
great. You're doing great.
Okay. That means that I don't know what type of 2D. Nope. I don't know what the damage is.
It should be in the same place.
It'll be lightning damage, but
Should check it dice wise.
But I know it's going to
Yeah, click on it, it should tell you.
Just 1d6?
Yeah. That probably goes up with your level.
Do I get to add anything?
Probably not.
That's the joys of magic. Just what you roll is what you roll.
Alright, so that is your bonus action. You still have your actions.
But I don't have my dagger anymore because someone took it away from me.
You're still holding your battle axe.
So I'm going to go hit it with the battle axe. Oh, and I have to subtract d6.
Yep.
D4.
No,
Oh,
D6
D6.
is my next turn.
Even though she went down, came back up, it doesn't negate.
11.
11 is a miss. Second attack.
Ooh.
23.
Minus the d6?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
It was a 1. And it was a high roll.
Alright, do your damage.
14 damage. Pretty please.
14 damage. You are welcome. So go ahead and just walk me through it. As you see it, it begins to merge into the mirror itself as it makes its escape, and you just come at it with your battle axe.
I just swing up and down and diagonally.
You're watching Disney Channel.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, you rip through it like Tinkerbell style and just carve through this thing, and it just puddles on the floor and splashes, and then you can see the liquid itself just seep into the ground itself. And it's down. You're left empty in this room. What do you want to do?
I can't see anything.
The blindness will disappear.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach out and take Q's hand. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
Okay.
D8 plus 4. 11 health points.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm like, tap her hand as I let it go.
What just happened?
Kelnis Immersh's new friend maybe was evil?
Sorry, y'all. She was really convincing. She told a good story. I fell for it.
I mean, I talked with her as well, so don't take all the blame.
Thanks.
I didn't sense any.
She was the Roz from the stories.
She was.
We didn't read the whole story.
Or she maybe just had read the story and knew what name to say.
Well, I mean, the name was also on the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, but she did say we have to know ourselves and will ourselves, and that'll get us through the mirror.
Know ourselves.
It was way above my intelligence level.
Know ourselves.
How well do you know yourself, Q?
Like, visualize yourself in the mirror to pass through.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't think I could draw a picture of myself.
Oh.
I don't know.
But on that note, we also still need to find Ver.
Yeah. What other rooms haven't we been to?
Drac the Guilty and Daryl the Devious. Also frowned upon by Roz, but now I'm frowning upon Roz, so, they were all in a cell. They're all evil.
Are we going into some of the other prisons? Because there could be a dragon in there. By the way, also the dragon tried to get me to get him out, or get them out, and yeah.
Bad.
Mm-hmm. I said no, just so everybody knows.
Well, you're one up on me.
So how are we going to find Ver?
Well, we've looked everywhere.
Except those two.
Except the 2 cells.
So then we haven't looked everywhere.
We've looked everywhere we can look safely.
Well, he's your Ver, so it's your call.
I don't feel well.
I mean, I feel better than I did 5 minutes ago, but
Yeah, I do too, but I'm upright.
Maybe we should take a moment to rest here before searching.
it does seem like a fairly safe place to rest.
Now that the blob is gone.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of weird with all the skeletons.
I mean, they haven't done anything yet.
But
give
Roll.
they have like foam fingers and like cheer and like little flags cheering us on.
I don't want to know what boring sermon they were here for.
All right.
Can we rest in the study? That's where I feel safest.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
perfectly comfortable.
Let's rest in the study.
Okay.
As you make your way back to the study,
Mm-hmm.
you bunker down and you begin to take a rest with no concept of time.
Maybe a long rest.
You can try your best,
Okay.
but as there's no sunlight, no clock, you're just guessing at the amount of time you need to rest here. And you camp down, wondering where Verz is, and if you are going to be able to pull yourself out of this demi-dimension. And that's actually where we're going to stop today. So, as the trio, once quartet, but now a trio again because they're losing their automaton every 5 seconds, struggles to navigate who's helpful and how to actually use the information that was given to you by this maybe Raziel Astaroth. We'll find out. They still are stuck in with lots of information and ways to gather more info along the trials of Mirendi, but they might be stuck here for the long haul. So we'll catch you next week as we wrap up and try to escape this dimension again. For everybody who's starting school back up, once again, we wish you the best. If you're a teacher out there and you're like us, power to you. We know how hard it is right now.
We are with you.
But we're still going to be here on Sundays just to relax and have some time to enjoy our stories. And with that being said, class dismissed.
Should have kept him on a leash.
I mean, he still would have popped wherever.
Okay.
Whew.
Questions? Any questions?
Down a health potion.
Don't take the health potions.
Well, the health potion with a question mark. I mean, Raystrom's down one.
Oh, I'll give Kelm the same short dagger back.